This episode of the Grappler Union podcast is brought to you by BJJTees. Go to bjjtees.com, enter the promo code Grappler Union, and save 10% off all your jiu-jitsu apparel. Go to bjjtees.com today. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Grappler Union podcast. Paul Maloney alongside Anthony Zito. On this episode, we have Dania Aj in studio. Dania is a purple belt under Comprido. Also in studio is Alex Seaver. Alex is a purple belt under Carlson Gracie Jr. Enjoy.
I need the 6 minutes. That's what happens in that 6 minutes.
You told me using any technique that works, never to limit myself to one style. Keep an open mind.
We're not here just to take part, we're here to take over.
In order to become more peaceful, in order for you to become better and strategize your life.
That's it. We're live.
Another noon podcast, huh?
Yeah, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
They're okay.
When I go back to work, we won't be able to do these anymore.
No. When are you going back to work?
I think like next week.
You really need to, because the memes you're making of me are really terrible.
Dynamite.
Fucking terrible.
Dynamite, dude. Are you going to say something stupid on this episode so I can make another meme?
I'm gonna try not to, but did you see the last one he made of me with all the
I
geese?
did with all the geese. You looked fantastic
Thank
in
you,
each and
thank
every
you.
one.
Oh, I didn't see that
You
one.
could totally rock any color.
Thank you.
I picked a good photo for you.
It was a good photo.
Yeah,
I appreciate
you're
that. Yes. But I don't think all that was actually true in there. You kind of embellished a little bit.
That's just what I heard when you were talking.
Is that what you...
Yeah. You're like a chick trying to pick out a dress on a first date. You know what I mean? You're like, I can't find an outfit to wear.
But, you know,
I'm sorry.
I like to be comfortable.
I know.
I like to be,
That's offensive to women. You're worse than that, honestly.
Dania, you know, do you believe this? I mean, are you like that with your geese?
I'm very particular, yeah.
there's nothing wrong
I
with
don't
that.
like borrowing geese from anyone. I don't like mixed matching. Like,
And you like to
no.
be comfortable, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
go
for
out-
sure, for sure.
It's like when you go out into town, you want to be
You wanna be
dressed
fresh.
nice. You want to be
Right,
fresh.
right.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I feel fresh. I don't
But
want
do
to
you,
oversize.
do you talk about the outfit for 3 days straight? and
Absolutely not.
annoy the
Absolutely
fuck
not.
out of whoever's around you about it?
Oh my god, yeah. Well, I was a little nervous, you know, those worlds and or
Man, he
Master
thought he looked
Worlds.
good.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
like, all right, man.
All right, well, you got a pro match coming up. Zito's going pro.
I do, yeah.
All right, so what gi are you going to wear to that?
It's no gi.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
no gi.
it's nice.
Okay.
I feel like all the
No
all the
gi, no
matches
problem, right?
they've done for grappling games so far have been no gi.
Oh yeah.
I know Nate Fenn typically does gi for it, but like everybody else I've seen always does no gi. Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm
No,
comfortable.
I
with it.
love no gi matches.
Yeah,
it's the way to go, I think. But
yeah. So whatever. I'm happy.
So
I'm
what are you
excited.
wearing? What kind of rash guard? Is it Kings? Is it
No, it's probably
Showy Roll?
color
Fuji?
coordinating.
Probably my very hard to submit. Yeah, that one with the
in-
tatami.
the inverted gear.
No. I'm more with tatami.
You're not going to wear the Art Dojo
I don't think so.
shorts?
I don't know. They didn't sponsor the podcast, so it's like,
Rock out some Valley Tudos.
That's true.
There you go.
Neither
Right?
did Tatami.
tatami. Yeah, tatami hasn't either.
Yeah,
but
they haven't
whatever.
sponsored us.
but Tommy makes good gear.
They
so.
do.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Well, is there any kind of like rules for grappling games, like short length, like IBJJF?
They don't
No,
check
no,
it.
it's
No,
not super strict.
same with like fight to win. Like
They don't check it.
they
There's
don't
some
check
general
it. Yeah.
rules like you can't show up in a Speedo and all that. But like,
Well, I
think
mean,
that's
you
pretty
don't
much
know
it.
that though. So someone should
Hey, you
try
know what?
it out
Yeah, hey,
and
man,
see if
pull
they
a
can.
Singlet. Try out the singlet.
Right?
I think Javi's got a singlet I can borrow.
Josh Barnett at Metamoris, just like
dude, that-
Speedos and wrestling
God,
shoes. That's a pretty gangster move.
That was hard
That's
to
awesome.
watch.
That's
That was
awesome.
hard to watch.
And
It's a
then,
whole lot of man to pack.
Josh, we get it. You're a catch wrestler.
Right?
You can still wear shorts, bro.
Oh man.
and then to get tapped out by that dude.
Oh, dude.
Dean was like, okay, I guess you're
Especially
tapped
that
out.
way too. Like
Yeah, that was nasty.
that was
so
brutal.
sad.
That's a
Like-
choke, though, by the way.
I know,
Yeah.
but still.
It looks like a neck crank, but it's
No,
not.
it's
Still,
vicious.
yeah,
you can't
still
breathe.
sucks.
You can't breathe.
I
Still
wouldn't let
sucks.
Dean Lister anywhere near me. If he started doing that, I'd be like, I'm good, man.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
out.
Right.
Yeah, that's,
For sure.
But then you have a dude in a Speedo doing that to you.
Yeah, and it's gonna be everywhere forever.
Oh,
because
yeah.
that was the big thing because he was wearing that outfit. So
Yeah.
it's like that becomes the thing
Right.
that you get tapped out to.
Yeah, and it's like, and they have like the highlight video.
Yeah.
You know, and they have Josh coming out, and it's like the darkest music too. It's like, you know, and he's like walking out with the Speedo. Like a war scene.
And he doesn't even look good in it. That's the thing.
No,
like he looks, his body's horrible for it.
Yeah.
It's just horrible.
He looked a lot more out of shape than when he fought in the UFC.
Yeah.
I mean,
he just got that like.
Hey, you knew
what do they
how to
call
work
spare
the crowd,
tire?
guys. You knew how to
that
work
was
the
a
crowd.
grappler's body right there.
Yeah.
That's not an MMA fighter.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that sucks though. There's something going on there genetically because that dude's fit as fuck.
Dude, I saw him when I went out to California for some top 4 tournament or whatever it was. When it was Gracie Baja, now it's Legacy out in Burbank. And I went out there, saw him. Dude, he looked so fucking trim. So trim.
Really?
Yeah, I saw him and I was like, that can't be him. Because his girl was competing in it and she destroyed everybody.
Oh wow.
Absolutely. Dude, she made half the girls cry. Grown women cry.
Wow.
And then Josh Barnett, super nice in person too.
Is he?
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to be that dude, but I was like, it's Josh Barnett. I was like, can I get a picture with you? Like, I
Jeez,
got
you
to.
fangirl. This dude, like, seriously, I can't take him, like, anywhere. Like, every tournament we go to or super fight, he's, like, fangirling all over the black belts. I'm like,
It's
hey,
Josh Barnett. Like,
I know.
No, Paul almost took a selfie. Paul doesn't like taking selfies. Either do I. I'm not really like, you know, hey, give me
is
a
that
picture
just
with
a
you.
guy thing, though?
I don't know.
I feel like
I don't
it
want to
is.
bother people, man.
Yeah,
It's just
I don't
such a. It's kind of no offense, Alex.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
if you
dude.
have it, like, I just don't have
I
that in
flew out
me.
to California. I was like, man, I don't want to bother this dude, but
I flew out to
I was like,
California.
man,
I'm definitely
I just
doing
flew
this.
out here. I was like, and I sat here for like 3 hours being like, nah,
Should
he
I,
looks
should I
busy,
not?
man.
Yeah,
I won't
right.
bother him. And then he was sitting there on his phone. I was like, he's obviously not busy.
Right.
Well, who'd you see that you wanted? You're like, oh, I think I should.
I saw John Kavanaugh at Master World, and I was like, if there was anybody I would want to take a selfie with, like in this building, that would be him.
Right.
And he was like right there, 10 feet away from me, just like kind of on his phone. And I'm like, I could actually go over there and do it, but and then what? You know,
Yeah.
post it on social media and be like, guess who I met and you never met. You know what I mean? Like, it's like whatever, dude. You know, it's like people with their fucking food posts too. Look what I'm eating. I bet you're not
God.
eating as good as me. You know. It's like
Those food posts.
It happens.
I made an acai bowl yesterday for the first time.
How was
And
it?
You took a picture of it, right?
I did not take a picture of it.
Wait, what kind of brand of acai did you use?
Frozen Mariano's brand.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't know
Come
the actual
on.
brand name of it. It said acai and it was frozen. And I
So you
just
gotta
grabbed
find
it.
like a good consistency, like not too much water, or like almond milk or whatnot. Like it's got to be just right. Otherwise, it's like just crap.
4
Yeah.
packets. I used 4 packets.
Oh yeah,
A little bit of OJ
Yeah.
in there.
OJ?
Some OJ?
Yeah.
really?
It called for 3 to 4 ounces of liquid, whether
I've never made
water
it
or
myself,
juice
so I wouldn't
or-
know, but
Oh, I
Yes.
used to make them all the time, and then it just started
put
getting
OJ?
annoying. No, I just
What
did
kind of
like
OJ?
coconut milk.
Yeah, you could use water too, dude. Relax.
I've been to a few places that use water, and it usually doesn't taste as good.
No.
I mean, it's we went to some nutrition place, and
Oh,
we had it
and-
there.
yeah.
It just tasted like water. It was awful.
Ugh.
Like I took like 2 bites, and then I looked at her. I was like, man, I don't want to be
He's
like,
like
I
on
gotta
his
throw
way
it
to
away.
throw it in the trash, and I'm like, bro, I paid like $6.30 for this. You better freaking finish it.
Like, I guess I'll just pick the granola out. I
Right.
guess.
Right.
And the bananas. And whatnot.
Yeah. So then granola and then cacao chips or nibs or
Ooh,
whatever you
nice.
call them,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and
So how
then
was
shredded coconut.
And
See, I don't like
It's fucking
shredded
dynamite,
coconut.
dude.
Oh, dude,
Coconut
shredded
milk's
coconut's
good.
money.
Just as good as the shit out at World.
bullshit.
I
don't believe
totally
it.
was, dude.
I don't believe that.
The
Oh,
exact same thing,
They
dude.
had some in Chicago Open that was, I think, like
it was
this,
very good.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Chicago
good.
Open was
Yeah, it
very
was
good.
that was like the exact same stuff as out at Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, just as good. You can make it yourself.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
I need to see this, produce this in
I
front of
just
me.
don't think I don't think you trust
What
your
is that?
acai
Like,
making
why
skills.
do you think it's so magical?
I don't
It's
know.
a fucking smoothie with granola thrown on top. You're like, nobody can make this.
Nobody can
Nobody.
produce
You
this.
have to go
Yeah.
to California for it.
Right?
Okay, this is coming from someone who just like
Maybe because he had it over here and then his jujitsu didn't get better. I mean, that could be it.
we're on the strip. All right, so we're in Vegas and we're at Fremont Street and we're looking for a place to eat.
Yeah.
Right. And Paul's the type of guy doesn't give a shit, and he's like, I'm just gonna get some pizza. I'm like, dude, we're in Vegas. The pizza is not going to be very good here.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Does Vegas have good food though? I mean,
The sushi wasn't bad.
I feel like it's just all buffets.
Well,
the
certain
most part,
restaurants
but
are good.
yeah.
So we're on Fremont Street, and I'm like, dude, I'm hungry. He's like, well, I'm just gonna get some pizza. I'm like, I'm not eating that shitty fucking pizza. And Paul eats it. He's like, it's all right.
I'm
It's like
starving.
Domino's. So I don't really trust your judgment when it's like, it's the same. It's the same. No, dude,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Oh, you guys are spoiled in Chicago. You got all this good pizza.
Yeah, we do.
I was starving,
Spend a
dude.
few months in Michigan, and then you'll be like, oh, no, Domino's is good pizza.
And that's what we were talking about. Remember, we were like, if we ever like move anywhere, like I want to go to like Colorado or wherever, it's like, what are we gonna eat? Like the
Well,
food's not gonna be
Colorado,
as-
you'll find something to eat.
Colorado for
You'll be
sure,
real
but
hungry.
like Utah and places like that.
Why would you ever move to Utah?
I don't know. 'Cause I like to
Yeah, like
snowboard.
I
He
think
wants to
people
pick
in
up being
Utah don't
Mormon,
even want to
dude.
be in Utah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if move or something, you get accustomed to the food. Like the food in Chicago, I love. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many restaurants.
Yeah.
But now you got to start all over again. Like, what are we gonna find out here?
The thing you're worried about with moving
Is the
man,
food.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I'll be able to find my good restaurants anymore.
Right. That's the thing. That's my concern.
You don't think Colorado has good restaurants, dude?
I think a lot of chains. Like it's a lot of like chains out there.
You just
Not
got to
like
choose
that.
California or New York.
Yeah, I've never been to New York.
Start
I've
your
never
own
been to
restaurant.
Neither
Dude,
have I.
New York
Neither have I.
New York pizza's good too.
Yeah.
You got to find good New York pizza. Don't buy a chain there though.
I heard that like the best New York pizza is like $1 slice or something like that.
It's not super expensive.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
real
because it's
thin.
all over in
Right.
New York.
Complete
like-
opposite of Chicago though. It's not deep dish by any
No,
means.
it's
You
like
don't
you
buy
fold
deep
it.
dish in New York.
Yeah, you
they'll,
fold it up,
they'll
right?
probably cuss you out and tell you to get out of their store.
Yeah, right.
You're like, oh, I want deep dish. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Jeez.
But
It's like going to Gene and Jude's and asking for ketchup.
yeah,
Is
do
that a
that.
big thing over here?
yeah, you don't do
Yeah,
that.
I've heard that in Chicago. Eat ketchup on my hot dogs, and then people are like, "Yeah, no, don't ask for that. Just get mustard." I was like,
Yeah.
"Fucking hate mustard."
If you do it,
dude."
you got to
too.
do it on the sly, so no one fucking says.
Yeah, bring in
anything.
my own little packets.
Yeah,
and be
because
like,
I don't care, but there are those douchebags that are like, dude, putting ketchup on a Chicago dog? What's up with that?
Dude,
And it's
people
like,
would make
dude,
fun of me. I put ranch
accent
like
that
on
you fucking-
everything. No, don't judge me. Ranch on a hot dog is pretty good. Okay.
Are you serious?
Well,
Ranch on a
so
hot
it was
dog?
by mistake. I was at a family reunion
dude,
and like
ranch
I
on
had
everything with her.
really, yeah. So if I don't make weight for any like future tournaments, you guys know why because I
There you
put
go.
that shit on everything. Same with hot sauce. But
Try and get a
I was at a
sponsor
family
from
reunion,
Ranch.
right? Hidden Valley Patch.
They're like, yo, Hidden Valley, you
I was
listening?
I was over at a family reunion and like I had my hot dog and then like I had potato chips and like ranch and then it like bumped into each other because like I got like shrugged or whatnot or whatever from someone and like I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll still eat it, and it tasted really freaking good. I mean, my family looked at me like in utter disgust, but like, I mean, it was
I
good.
would too. I would too.
I put ranch on all my sandwiches.
Oh, I don't. I absolutely hate ranch.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Can't stand
I'm
it.
not a fan of ranch either.
Yeah, it's.
What?
No, I'm not.
It's you guys are fucked up.
Yeah,
Right?
I am. I'm not going to argue that one. I
Yeah.
just don't like ranch too.
So I mean, if you're gonna dip some hot wings,
No,
is it ranch
no
or
way.
blue cheese?
They already
or-
have
Oh my
hot
god,
sauce
ew,
on them.
blue cheese is disgusting.
either that or
I
barbecue
can't-
sauce.
Barbecue sauce. Thank
Wait,
you.
on
Yeah.
hot wings?
Yeah, why not?
Barbecue sauce
So
goes on
hot
everything.
wings and then dip it in something sweet. Like,
Yeah.
What's the problem?
you're
I don't
just
see a
weird.
problem with that.
They're just weird.
I don't see a problem with that at all.
I think we're on two completely different spectrums
We
here.
definitely
like,
are.
People who
That's
like
true.
ranch and people who like barbecue sauce.
I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work out between you two. The ranch thing,
Probably not.
pretty big deal.
Right?
That's a deal breaker
right there.
Yeah.
So we all have fights coming up. You and I are grappling games,
Yeah,
right?
they're still waiting to figure out the opponent, getting a few options.
But you almost Marvin
yeah,
Castell
I guess he
from-
signed up for the wrong one.
he signed up
But
for the wrong one.
at that point, it's like, what do I got to lose?
Marvin Castile.
Yeah,
Castillo,
but he, I guess he signed up for the wrong one. So then they offered me Adrian Sandoval and Alberto Rodriguez.
Sweet.
So about 10, 15 pounds heavier than what I normally fight at. But want a match, you got to.
It's an
Gotta
absolute
make it work,
division,
yeah.
right? Just think of it like that.
Would you have said yes to Marvin?
I told Amber, I was like,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what, screw it. I got nothing to lose.
Right.
I was like, worst thing that happens is I end up on an Imanari highlight. Like,
All over Instagram.
I should have stepped backwards.
Right.
Damn it.
But that's cool, man.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, doesn't matter. And no gi.
if,
I don't
if he
think
would
I
have
don't think weight
accepted
really
it,
is
I
a
would have
big
been
deal.
nobody to him. It would have been lose-lose for him. I mean, I beat him. That's huge for me.
Right.
Right.
I lose to him. I'm expected to lose.
Yeah.
Who
Right.
cares?
And he just got his black belt too.
yeah,
just
it
got
was
his
what,
back,
like
yeah.
last month? Or,
So that's a
No, a
risky
couple
match
weeks
for him to
ago.
take,
was it?
though.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there'd be no reason for him to take it unless
Yeah.
they were paying him enough.
Right.
Right.
They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna pay you an extra $200 to go against this purple belt instead.
You just need
That's
to
crazy.
slide in
Did
his
they talk
DMs and
money
be
with
like,
you
please
guys
take
yet?
this match.
No, they don't. Well,
I fought for them 2 times, so like I know what they pay for it.
Right.
So it's not like they set up the fight and they talk money. They'll like if you ask Amy like, hey, how much are you gonna pay me? She'll be upfront with you about it.
Right.
And then they do it at the rules meeting and tell you like, hey, if you fought for us before, here's the rate increase. Here's what happens if you win by decision. Here's what happens if you win by submission. And then it changes per belt.
what are the rules? I don't even know them yet.
For grappling games, I mean, for nogi, because are you doing expert nogi?
Yeah.
It's pretty much everything.
Oh,
dude.
everything. Okay.
Yeah.
You can. It's pretty much just.
No slamming.
I think it's just no slamming, and then if you purposely like roll off the edge of the mat, they'll.
So same rules,
penalize
almost
you.
like
Yeah.
fight to win, but
It's-
fight to win you could slam.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the exact same rules as in their tournament for expert nogi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That
they,
makes sense.
all they do is they extend the match length by a minute for the super fights.
So
If it's like a 6-minute match, then it's 7 for the super fights. If it's 7, then it's 8. If it's 5, then it's 6. Stuff like
all
that.
right. So I guess we're doing adult. That's kind of weird, right? Because I'm not an adult. I'm older. I'm a senior.
Right.
According to them, isn't that weird?
They show your
they
AARP
use the
card to
word
get into
senior.
the tournament.
Really?
40 plus seniors, they call us.
Oh yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Gotta
That-
talk to
that
somebody
kinda
about that.
is.
Isn't it? It's
They're like,
rude.
are
Hey,
they-
the
they're
pen
like,
is
you need to
mightier
go
than
back-
the sword.
go back
Write
to
a
calling
letter
us
to her and tell her,
masters.
like, I don't agree with this.
Yeah, it's kind of rude.
Let's not try to be different just to be different. Like every other tournament calls it masters, calls it directors,
Well,
calls it
I was gonna say,
executives.
I haven't seen executives be thrown around anymore. I used to see that one a lot. Or is that just like Naga or something? Or
That's just Naga.
Okay.
But like directors, masters, why you go seniors? Just to be different?
Most
Come
people
on.
just do masters and then number it so people.
I don't know. Maybe they're not allowed to. Maybe they can't. Like IBJJF has that locked up.
Well,
No,
then director or executive would be better than senior.
Yeah. Well, on masters, I mean, you see other
I know.
tournaments use
It's
it
not
too.
right.
It's not right. It's so not right, man. I feel so
Match
bad when I
hasn't
see
even
that.
started and his feelings are hurt.
I know.
So you're going adult then. So how long is that match?
I guess it would be 8 minutes then. If it's 7 minute match,
Yeah, I think
it'd
the
be
adult expert ones are 7 minutes.
8. So it'd be 8 then.
Yeah,
so
yep, I
8
think
minute.
so.
Why? Why are they doing adult time with you?
I don't know. He's
it
like
depends on
30.
who
I think he's like 37, 38. The guy I'm facing.
Right, and you're 42.
So they may do masters for you. That's something I don't, because I'm an adult. I haven't asked about the master. It doesn't matter to me
Right.
for the masters time. They may do masters time for you guys, especially if you talk to them beforehand and you're like, hey, do you guys want to do masters? She may be willing to work with you on that one. I mean,
it doesn't
Amy's
bother
super
me.
nice to work with.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever have any questions, you can just hit her up on Facebook, and she usually gets back to me within the half hour.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Cool. I got to get him a photo for the poster. I got to go take a photo.
Oh no.
Selfie time.
It doesn't have
Selfie
to be
time.
anything
Oh no, he's
crazy.
going to go to like a professional studio and have it done.
Not gonna
Kidding me?
Jeez.
No, I'm not. I mean, I thought about it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's like, I thought about
There's,
what outfit I
there's
was
some
going to
truth behind
wear.
every joke. You definitely did.
Yeah,
Well, I was
100%.
looking through the ones that Hong took at the
Dude,
at the Open.
Hong is amazing.
Yeah,
His
dude.
photos,
Sick.
I love them. Like
Yeah.
you could look like a badass, like getting your arm ripped off.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
like, hey, you know what? That's
He's-
fine.
He's super good at that.
Like a lot of people are like, oh, how'd your last match go? And I'm like, yeah, I lost by points. And they're like, oh, from
Yep.
those pictures, you look like you won. I'm like, no, he just made me look like really angry and
Right,
like a
right.
villain. And you
Half
know.
of my the best pictures I've gotten have been from losses that Hong took. Like,
Yeah.
standing up, like man, no, they've been from against Max. The one from Wanderlust and the one from
Yeah.
IBJJF. Like I've lost both of those matches by like an advantage and then by a toe hold. And both of those, it looked like Max is still laying on the ground, and I get up because we're resetting, and it looks like I'm walking away after submitting him. And I was like, man, that looks cool. And then I'm like, yeah, no, don't talk about the toe hold right before that.
Yeah, right.
I was like, I just stood up before him after he submitted me.
Also, too, we're like all
Hung
guilty
did
of
that,
like
though.
looking at the pictures and being like, oh, this one's good. All right, yeah, they're not taking my back in this one. I'm definitely not posting that one up. You know,
yeah,
Definitely. I don't have any shots. Hung didn't catch us in the gi at all.
He caught me.
Did he?
Man, you just gotta walk up. He's super cool. Walk
I
up.
well,
and be like,
he's been on the podcast. you
Oh,
know?
did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought 2 of them for our website.
Did you go up to him before your match?
I did not.
No.
But I bought the one that he had me in the gi, and that's on our website, and the one in Nogi I bought for the website.
Oh, cool.
And they're great shots.
do you guys have his patches?
Yeah.
On your
Yeah.
guys' oh, okay. 'Cause I was about to say, he said like if you put them,
Yeah, they're
on
right there.
your
They're right
gi-
there on our windowsill. We gotta put them
No,
on the
I
gi.
have mine at home.
Oh, you
And,
do?
yeah, I still need to put it
Oh, yeah,
on
that's right,
because it's a
Caitlin.
fucking dope patch. It
oh,
really
yeah.
It
is.
is, yeah.
It's such a sweet logo.
Yeah.
Problem is, I got to figure out which gi to put it on. I've got so many gis.
Stop it already.
Oh, so many gis, so many colors.
Yeah.
It's like you just gotta
So
get
many
one for every
problems,
gi.
Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Hong,
there's a
gotta
little
give me-
bit of red
gotta
in
give me,
there,
like-
but I don't want it to clash with
Right.
the blue.
Why this guy? Well, I just got one. I asked one of our teammates because we have this Andre Minecco one that's like rectangular, so it goes like over here on the
The
Yeah.
ones that like say Andre Minecco.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And now I've got and it's like the last one. Like he doesn't make them anymore, so it's like which gi to throw it on. What do
Yeah, but I mean, if you get a new gi, like I've been guilty of it too. I'll like take the
you take
the
'em
patch off, yeah,
Okay.
and then put it on a new one or whatnot.
See, I've never done that. I never had any like gis I had to retire except for the one Osher tour. I rode with Osher,
Yeah.
and I had this
you
90.
tore your gi?
Oh yeah, dude. Damn.
He's a beast, man.
I had
His
this
grips
90
are death grips.
I had this
Damn.
93 brand gi
Yeah.
for like 3-4 years. Wore it religiously. I got their
I
Charlie
even
one when it
borrowed
came
that
out.
one, yeah. I even
Super
borrowed that
nice,
gi.
dude. Loved this gi. Competed in it. Lightweight, super strong. And then I'm rolling with Osher. Man, he gets me in an omoplata and he grabs my far side of the pelt and he just pulls it to him.
You heard that rip across the gym. I
Dude,
literally was
he
like,
didn't tear it at the seam. He tore it right
Yeah.
from in the middle through 2 patches.
Damn.
I sat there, I got up and I was like, dude, I'm not even mad. Like, how,
How?
dude?
Yeah.
What the hell did you just do?
That's tough.
Dude, he has an iPod mini that he uses as a phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, his hands are fucking huge. I'm like, dude, just grab it and put it up to your ear. Just put it up to your ear for me. I just want to see what that looks like, dude. Yeah, he's a trip, man. Osher's a funny dude.
Yeah, dude.
I liked fucking with him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you kind of forget how young he is, you know?
Yeah, he's
'Cause he
only,
looks-
what, 22?
23.
23.
Yeah.
oh yeah, he's my age.
Yeah.
But he looks because he got the beard. And he's
Oh, yeah, dude, he
so
Yeah, I thought he was
big.
older,
He looks
like
so much older.
25,
I was like,
26.
man, he must be,
or something,
almost at end of his
27.
20s.
Right.
No.
No, he's not
Yeah.
even close.
And
Just
like, he's
barely
a-
can drink.
He's a brown belt, so you think he's been in the game for a long
Right.
time and
Yeah.
stuff, and he has. But he's one of those dudes started when he was 15.
Exactly,
You know?
yeah.
The dude's super good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't get his black belt already, honestly. he's,
Probably by the end of the year. Maybe after
he's
Nogi Pans
super
and
good.
Worlds.
And
Yeah.
I haven't got a chance to roll with Matt Layton yet, and I know Matt Layton just got his black belt. And I know they're from the same affiliation.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they both got their brown belts together, I thought. So,
I think so.
Wait, was it? Yeah, I think it was their brown belt.
yeah.
Because they were purple together too. I know
Yeah.
that.
I just remember seeing a bunch of pictures of them when I started it. They were purple belts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then saw a bunch of pictures with them at brown belt. I thought they got their belts together. I was like, oh, they're going to get the black belts together. Cool. And then Layton got his, and nothing against Layton. Layton deserves it. He showed up at Chicago Open and showed that he's a black belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great showing from him.
Yeah, he did.
Really
Especially
was.
against, who was it? Keenan he went against?
Yeah, he did go against Keenan.
And ended up taking him the whole 10 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, he's a beast, man.
That's your first tournament at black belt. You
And
get
you did
Keenan and you
that,
take him
yeah.
to like. That's impressive.
Yeah.
You earned it for sure.
Yeah, he's tough, man. Fucking rough.
What belt rank are you, Alex?
I'm a purple belt.
Purple
yeah.
belt. Dania's a purple belt too.
Yep.
When do you start training, Dania?
Real training jujitsu, like fake
yeah.
jujitsu, shit jitsu.
Fake jitsu?
Remember?
Oh, let's talk-
let's talk about that.
We love hearing about that shit.
Yeah,
Tell
we
us
like-
about that.
Tell us about the fake jiu-jitsu.
So
James Kleinerman did a lot of fake jujitsu back in the day, and look what happened to him. He's a fucking stud now. You know.
So I originally started like jujitsu and taekwondo in 2009, so like my freshman year of high school. And then I continued with the same quote unquote master until 2013. She never, striped me in jujitsu or anything like that. And, from 2013 to like 14, I took a year off because of like the whole entire thing that like happened with her. Like it was a bad falling out. And then I went to Leo's, and like I would say like real jujitsu was like 2 years. Yeah, 2014 or so.
That's 3 years now.
Yeah.
3. Ooh,
Yeah.
damn. You've made quite the wave in 3 years, right?
Yeah. Because I felt like I had to make up for, from 2009 to 2013.
Like lost time or something?
Yeah, for sure. And I kind of wish that like I would have found like a legit jujitsu gym,
Right off the bat.
right off the bat with a black belt, not like someone fake putting on their, black belt in taekwondo over their jujitsu gi. Like I'm pretty sure a couple Brazilians would want to like punch her in the face for that.
Part
Or,
of the
like,
next dojo storm.
yeah, right.
But she
So-
did do jiu-jitsu.
She did, and she was a purple belt, but she never wore that purple belt.
That's odd.
And you want to know how I found out about that? So we're like practicing, and she was like, "Oh, grab something from my bag. It's in the office." So I opened this bag, and I'm like, "What is this belt? It's purple. Like I've never seen this before." And it didn't like it had that black bar on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is this? So I walk back and I gave her whatever it was that she was asking for. And I was like, hey, what's that purple belt? And she's like, shut up. Like, don't talk about it. I was like, oh, okay. And like, from that point, I was like, okay, so what's going on? I did more like research on her and whatnot. And then I was like, okay, yeah, this lady's not a legit, like,
Yeah, people who do jiu-jitsu, I don't know anybody who's like, yeah, don't talk about my purple belt.
Yeah.
Most of the
Yeah,
time I
like,
talk
yeah.
about my purple belt.
right? So it was just really
Did
weird.
you just assume my rank?
Yeah, so
That's weird. It's
very
unfortunate.
weird. Yeah. But I mean,
Is she
everything
still
happens for a
open
reason.
today for business?
Yeah, she's open. Like, she's 5 minutes away from my house, too. So that's why, like, from 2009 to 2013, I was with her. You know, like, I was just there every single day, Monday through Sunday, teaching and whatnot. But she's
Yeah, if
still
your
open.
jiu-jitsu is going to be fake, at least make it convenient.
Right.
Yeah, she's still till this day not a black belt, too. But she's still open, but, like, she goes through, like, these weird, like, waves of like, okay, Krav Maga, and then she'll like go into like Muay Thai, and
Well, she
you know,
teaches,
she's
like,
not very
6 different
consistent.
things.
Yeah, she's not very consistent with her her training.
There's probably a
style.
reason for that, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure there is.
Oh, and she's the biggest like
Someone's in it long enough to know
Con-
that she's full
like
of it, and
con
then she
artist.
switches what she's teaching.
yeah.
I'm sure that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to like leave because of the way she was also like doing business. Like she would look at you and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, you know, charge him $150 a month. You know, he owns a gas station, or oh, he's a college student. Charge him $50 a month." I'm like, dude, people talk. That's not how you do things.
Yeah.
But one thing I did get from there, honestly, is if I do ever open up my gym, exactly not how to run it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
ever.
Yeah.
So
Good learning experience.
yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's fascinating, you know, all the people we've met and all the gyms we've been to and just people we've talked to, and you know, there's no, I mean, you just if you do people right, they're gonna follow.
Yeah, yeah,
and that's
for
the way it
sure.
is. I mean, just interesting that there's people out there still trying to like scam and
Especially
Yeah.
with jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
it's still a small enough community.
It
you,
is.
you do something like that, people be like, yeah, no, I know that gym. It
And
gets out real
gets
fast.
around, yeah.
real quick. Yep. And
Just be
then-
real and be passionate, and dude, people will flock to you.
I mean, there's
Her
even
theory was like with Taekwondo and Jiu-Jitsu, let me not belt you so you could stay pretty much forever with me.
Yeah.
So then, you know, because she was under the impression people would get their black belts in Taekwondo or whatever belt in Jiu-Jitsu and then leave.
And then leave.
But
yeah.
you should be confident enough in like how you're running your school and how you're teaching that, you know, people aren't going to leave on bad terms like that. You know, if they do
Yeah.
leave, it's, hey, I got a better job opportunity or whatnot, or like school, it's just closer to school or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Zito, who was that? Who were you talking about? I think there was a guy in your bracket out at Master Worlds that has been a blue belt for like 8 years,
Jeez.
and he comes from a gym who
7 years.
Wait,
his-
you're
his-
kidding, right?
No, his gym does not promote anybody until they like win gold at like a huge
big
tournament.
it's like some Ato stuff.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
I was kind of like,
Did you say Atos?
Yeah, you just said that. Jeez.
I was
Is that like an inside joke or something?
No, it's
No,
not.
dude.
Is that how you say
I just
Atos?
don't want Galvalo to like come back and be like, "Who is this fucking gringo? Like, what the fuck
right,
is he
right.
saying?"
Like
You know?
half their blues and purples. Like you watch Kainan Duarte, or however you say his name.
I don't know.
He's the guy who won ADCC trials in Brazil as a purple belt.
Okay.
And submitted like 3-4 black belts, and then went on to like destroy everybody. And then like after like 6-7 months of him doing that, they're like, "Yeah, here's your brown belt."
All right, here you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
know.
I feel like they promote pretty fair. I mean, I've gone up against some girls from Atos. When I did the women's purple belt Kumite
Yeah.
in
Anna
California, Anna Rodriguez. Yeah.
Oh no, for sure. There's
I mean,
obviously
she just
some
wanted to stay in
outliers for it.
50-50 and like not do anything. That was like so boring. I'm like, jeez.
It was.
I'm like,
She-
all right, time to pull out like the actress in me and like make it look like I'm going
was
for
an
these toe
IBJJF
holds
fighter
and
for
whatnot.
sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure I see the outliers from them, like the people, because I don't train with them, so I'm sure I see the people who only kill it at tournaments and then don't get promoted. Like you watch Mason, who he took him so long to get promoted, and he was killing it at purple belt.
But that's got to be like, you know, I like this guy was really nice who I was talking to over there.
Yeah.
And, you know, and the only reason why he told me, he's like, hey, I'm opening up a school soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's fucking awesome, man. And I told him I did the podcast and then whatever we can do to help you out, because I think he's opening a school, I think in Michigan
Oh, really?
or Indiana. Anyway, somewhere over there. I don't know.
Hey,
I
in
don't-
Michigan, there's so many like holes in the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, wow, I mean, you opened a school. How long you been doing jiu-jitsu? Like what blue belt? Like, it would be like me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Dude.
open a school. I've been doing jiu-jitsu 2.5 years. You know what I mean?
Michigan.
And then he's like, no, I've been blue belt for 7 years. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. I was
Jesus.
so shocked. And his wife, who won gold, was also I don't know if she was a blue or purple, but he goes, yeah, our instructor, they just don't promote unless you win something. I'm like, that's
crazy.
Crazy.
That's
You should
fucking
be a brown belt.
Yeah.
Or
Because
at
there's
least-
some people who don't
Yeah.
like Felipe Costa, like they don't win
Anything
you know,
till black
anything
belt, yeah.
until black belt or something like
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever. I mean, but there is some other, like Paul was noticing. I don't notice this stuff. Paul notices more of like the wrestling thing, but like the guy who won our division, Paul notices like that dude's got to be like a high level wrestler. Just the way he would move, right, Paul? You were saying like
I'm
how he would
I'm
pin
like
the
that
guy down.
dude's not
Well, you watch like the Wiltsey brothers too,
right.
Like,
Well, you could
their,
tell
their
like
wrestling's good, and you can see the difference in how they move versus
Right.
like
Yeah.
someone who's like,
Just jujitsu.
yeah, you watch the guys who pull guard, they move so much different than a guy who's wrestled before.
for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
Like even you, I'm like, dude, that guy who won it, like, how long's he been training? You're like 2 years. I'm like, he wrestled in college,
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Something. You know what I mean?
Because I
he's a
talked to
Big
his
Ten
wife because I was
wrestler or something.
watching the match. His wife was just happened to be next to me, and I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, she's like, "That's my husband. He's only been doing this 2 years." I'm like, "Fuck, he's a world like he's won everything."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Holy fuck!"
And what did you find out?
And then the guy who tell me he's like, I think he's a black belt in judo.
He's a judo
And
black
then
belt.
Paul's like, he's got wrestling. I'm like, so there's
There was something. I just had a feeling. There was something.
yeah, I mean, for me, I'm a jujitsu. I don't do anything other than
Yeah.
jujitsu, and I'm only been doing it for a couple, over 2.5 years. So to go against people like that at that level and at Worlds for me was like eye opening. Like, oh,
Yeah.
my game has got to be so much more higher, like just to be able to compete at that
But
level.
and you get those people nowadays too. Like you look at blue and purple. Like, yeah, there's blues and purples that could light up some black belts. Just
Yeah.
because nowadays everybody's the competition's getting so much tougher. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You see some guys who are like, yeah, they win worlds and they don't get their promotion. It's like, well, their jujitsu's not that next belt level, but their wrestling and their judo is.
Right.
Yeah.
And they cross train so much. Whereas you go back, the black belts who got their belts 10, 15 years ago, sometimes they didn't cross train. Oh, they only do this.
For
or they
sure.
only do that.
Yeah.
They're black belts in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
They're not collegiate wrestlers and black belts in jiu-jitsu. They're
Right.
not.
And there's guys that are just kind of super fucking athletic.
Oh,
and
yeah,
sure.
they just have it in them.
they've got a decent amount of jiu-jitsu, but their athleticism just
Pushes them over the
Yeah,
top.
they could tap black belts, and they're a purple belt and shit like that.
It's like,
so they're not really brown belts yet, even though they're like beating brown belts.
That
It's
Roberto
like
Jimenez kid, or Jimenez, or however the hell you say his
I
last
don't know.
name. He's a 17-year-old from Alliance, and he went on this like Naga tour or whatever and tapped a bunch of black belts, and he was a 16-year-old blue belt when he was doing it.
Wow.
yeah.
And he was in the Royal Invitational, the first one they did, and he ended up beating Andrew Wiltsey. And Andrew Wiltsey he's tearing it up. He got quad gold at Chicago Open.
Right.
And then the 16-year-old kid, I think, beat him on, I think it was points.
Well, I mean, look
Something
at
like
Nikki Ryan.
Oh, yeah. It's the same
Example.
exact thing. Yeah.
Or
It's no
that
joke.
16-year-old girl out of Alaska
Yeah.
that won
Oh,
ADCC trials.
yeah.
The hell's her name again?
I forget.
It's like Lisa or something. I
don't know.
Liz Ann or
Yeah, we looked it up.
Yeah, it's on one of our episodes. Yeah, it's interesting.
she did good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at Javi. Javi's a purple belt, black belt in judo. I mean, that's the same type of thing.
20 years of catch wrestling.
20 years of catch wrestling. I mean, but that's
long as he
that's
doesn't
who you're
bring
going
out
to be
the
going
Speedo,
against. Right. But that's who you're going to be going against,
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be like that. So at that high level, people aren't showing up maybe at the local tournaments
Yeah,
at that
yeah.
level, but at Worlds and Master Worlds.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. Like that then, yeah.
That's why
gotta
they have
pull them.
6-7 star events because the level of competition is so much, which we learned is just on a totally
Yeah,
different.
it's crazy. That's when you get the guys who fly like 13 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
no.
even
This
just
is my
like
yearly
Chicago,
trip.
Right.
Even
Right.
just Chicago Open, like my first match, like I couldn't even pronounce the girl's name. She was like from Mongolia. And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, whoa, did this chick really fly from Mongolia, like over here, And like she was a judoka, and like I initiated a guard pull, and she like tapped my foot. She got the 2 points, and then just like she wanted to stay like a brick wall. Did
Yeah.
not want to move. And like
Right.
after the match, I'm like, did we come here to do jujitsu or what? Like
It's
is
frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was like trying to take down like a freaking
She won
brick
the whole.
wall.
She won the whole division like that.
She
just
yeah, exactly. It
little
was
foot
just 2
sweep
points.
and then
That's
stay
it.
in a
And
knee
stayed-
slice
yeah.
position. I mean,
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's
It was a
frustrating.
smart game plan because
Of
she can
course.
fake a knee slice. Oh,
Yeah.
you're not getting passivity. Then you fake a knee slice.
Right.
She couldn't finish the knee slice though.
Right. She didn't have to though.
Oh, she
Not
didn't
in that
have
whole
to.
set.
For sure.
She-
For
No.
sure.
she literally
She had her
looked.
game
She
plan
got
locked
two,
down.
and she was just like, "All right, I'm good."
Yeah, your sweep's got to be super strong, man, because they're
Super strong.
People will do that to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They'll just
They're like, I'm up by 2. Yeah, have fun.
get
now.
the takedown and be
Yeah.
like, "That's it, I'm up."
Yeah. I
But
mean,
that's why I like
couldn't get that
super
guy off
fights,
me.
though, because
Yeah.
it's like it makes the person move. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the person's not gonna just like
You're being judged.
Stay there, yeah. You're
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
judged for sure. You know, because even if it does go to decision, it's all right. Who was trying to like
Yeah.
hunt for that sub?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And there's money on the line too.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
yeah.
And you don't know, like, I mean, in the judge's mind, like, are they gonna give it to the other
guy on
person
the bottom.
because I was boring as fuck and I was stalling?
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like as punishment almost.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. Like, we're trying to fight to win's trying to do something here as far as like excitement and bringing in viewers and stuff.
Yeah. Which I
like.
And if you just want to straight up chill on top of someone,
Then
we're
you're
gonna
not
give it to
gonna
the
get
other
it,
guy
yeah.
just as an example. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean,
For sure.
for
yeah.
business
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
purposes.
Oh, for
you
sure.
know?
Does
To,
grappling
to
games
dictate the other fights.
Does grappling games do the same thing? They have 3 judges. Or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
I
3
was on
judges.
Fight to Win and Grappling Games.
Yes, you were,
So
that's right.
it was pretty much like the same thing.
Yeah.
for
Now
the
they're not
most
allowing
part.
that anymore, are they? Like,
No, they're not.
What's that?
To be on the same card?
Isn't Seth kind of like, all right, if you're doing grappling games, you're not allowed to do fight to win now?
It was
Yeah,
just because,
because of-
it's not like some bad beef between him and grappling games. It was the fact that they're
I think it's
back-to-back
injury
weekends.
It's
purpose.
just-
like he doesn't
oh,
want
it's just
anyone
so
getting
close.
injured.
It's the
Yeah,
23rd
and
and
it's
the
so
30th.
close.
So he's
so
just
it's not like an exclusivity thing. Like,
No,
oh, you
no,
fight for me, you can't.
He
Okay.
has an injury
No.
clause in there that's what, like a month.
Because see, I went and I
You
competed.
can't do other super fights so they don't get
Yeah.
injured.
I went up against Taylor for the first Fight to Win in Chicago,
Taylor
and
Biaggi.
then the next one it was Grappling Games with Nikki, and
Sullivan.
then I still Nikki Sullivan, and then the third one I was on Fight to Win with Christina Anaya.
Good, Zito.
so-
I'm very proud of you, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
right.
I
Look
learned.
at you, an
I learned.
encyclopedia.
No,
But
he always throws people's first name out there, like
Yeah.
assuming that everyone knows what is talking
Yeah.
about. But we're getting better,
We're getting
right?
better.
Yeah.
Trying to learn.
So we use first and last names on the podcast.
Okay,
Just
try.
gotcha.
We try.
Yeah, so like even when I was going up against Nikki Sullivan on Grappling Games, like I still got invited to Fight to Win against Christina Anaya.
Okay.
So it's not like you fought for them, you can't
Right.
fight for me.
Yeah,
right?
he
So is
just
it
doesn't wanna
super
have,
fights
like-
only a month out, or can you still do tournaments and then do fight to win, or
I think he said you can still do tournaments. You just
Okay.
can't accept super fights.
super fights? Gotcha.
But I mean,
I have to
he
double
might-
check the
he
rules.
might
I
have
could've
some
I
sworn-
fun.
thought it was
No,
just all
it's-
30 days out.
No,
Yeah.
it's 30 days out because even like you have these no-gi MMA fighters and they can't do an MMA match before their super fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so it's same thing like tournament too, I'm pretty sure.
It's all good, though. I mean,
yeah,
having
for
all
sure. I
these
mean,
events
like
is
I
great.
totally understand what he's doing as far as
Oh,
with
for
the
sure.
injury clause and everything. But like every card has like 30 something matches. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
Well, I
if,
think he-
if you loses 2 matches, like you still have what 29
But
matches.
you can't
You know,
say because
I mean, I think
it's a
he's
high
gonna
level
lose.
guy. You
I
know?
think
Yeah.
he's gonna lose 2 no matter what, though. Too.
right?
Like I think he's counting for that. Like I mean,
Right.
Seth's not
He's
a stupid
betting on
guy.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's like, yeah, I have 35 planned. 5 are gonna back out day
Right.
of or something
Right.
like that. And then
Yeah.
if I lose another
Yeah.
5 to injury,
What they do, man, is something remarkable. Like you go behind the scenes and you see like Seth and Missy like preparing for these.
Yeah.
It's a headache. Like I would definitely not want their job.
no, Missy
Like,
was cool people too.
Yeah, like they had. I think it was in Colorado or Texas. I'm unsure, but like during warm-ups, someone got injured. And Seth had to pretty much put on his gi and like go up against the black belt.
Yeah.
About that.
And I was like, dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
Like, cause you know, it's like
That's a fucking boss move, right
it
there.
is.
Yeah.
It
He's
definitely
like, oh,
is.
your opponent's
Hats
out.
off to him.
Nah, I'll
Yeah,
fight
right?
you.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you,
sure.
but I'm gonna fight you too.
Right.
Yeah. And he
You're
gave
gonna earn
him,
this
you know,
money.
he gave him one hell of a fight. That's for sure. So
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
Because he just got his brown belt not too long ago, didn't he? Seth.
I'm not sure when he got it.
not sure either. I mean,
I know he's-
ever since I met him,
If you
he's
ever
been a
see that
brown
foot
belt.
sweep video going around, that's
Yes.
Seth.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I didn't
god,
know it was
the
Seth for the
foot
longest
sweep from
time,
hell.
but that's him
I
as a
laughed at
purple
that
belt,
one.
just foot sweeping everybody.
Yeah.
Paul got foot sweeped.
Bad.
Bad.
Real bad.
At the IBJJF.
Yeah.
Master
Yeah.
Worlds. It was so nasty.
Like, did you fall on your ass or what happened?
No, like I got I mean, that guy launched me pretty good.
launched
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Man.
You can watch it on Flow Grappling. Just search for Paul's name.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask for a
Where?
video.
Let's get
You
that
should
link
watch
in there.
Zito's second match on Flow.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait, you didn't have a second
I
match.
never second match.
Shots fired.
man.
Shots fired.
No, I just had one. It's
Yeah,
all
just
right.
just the one.
But you probably look good though. So.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah, it looked awesome.
You got it like embroidered and everything like that. All your sponsors.
You can't really tell what Guy's wearing because he's getting smothered the whole match.
Oh, man.
I was getting smothered a little bit. That little guy, man, I could not get him off me. But getting back to Paul's foot sweep, that was pretty badass.
It was
dude.
bad.
It was badass. That
Yeah,
guy
no,
was
it
so
was for
big.
sure.
for you,
I mean, that
badass
was like
for the
in the
other
air.
guy.
Yeah.
It looked really cool. I'm like, dude, that guy just like perfect.
It's
foot
one of those
sweep.
where it's
Yeah,
like I want to clap, but
Yeah,
man,
Right?
It was nasty.
Oh, for sure. I was in the air like that was badass.
It was funny. But that was it. Then when he took you, man. But at least you defended the armbar.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was
small
not a good
wins,
match.
small wins.
It was so it was bad. But I don't know, Paul. You didn't like. Even Kyle said it. You didn't seem like you were in that match.
Yeah, maybe I wasn't. I don't know.
No,
After the foot sweep, he wasn't.
that'll take you right out of it.
No, that
Yeah,
woke me
right.
up.
That woke you
I'm
up.
like, yeah. If I wasn't in it, I was in it then. You know?
Right.
I'm like, all right,
You're like, all right,
I'm in a match now.
flying.
Right.
I guess the guy that probably was shaving since he was like at birth.
Yeah, he had that like
that Rustum Shazam or whatever look.
for sure. He was one of those dudes who had to like shave like under his eyes.
Oh,
You know what I'm
Jeez
saying? Yeah.
Louise.
Oh
Man.
Right.
Man.
he was hairy.
Yeah. Straight up gorilla.
Dude, hey,
Yeah.
there's some girls at like Worlds who are like that too. Okay,
really?
like I'm like, yo,
yeah, dude.
someone needs to check if this chick has a dick because
We need to do a gender check.
she's fucking bionic. She's fucking bionic. You know.
So you fought how many times at Worlds?
I've fought once at Worlds purple and then once at Pans as a blue belt. And they like no excuse, but I lost against like girls who ended up taking the division.
Okay.
So first round, I get the champ, but
Yeah.
still no excuse.
On the women's division, there like 16 girls. something like that?
16, 20, like 25.
They get a decent sized
something
bracket,
like-
but
yeah.
it's still like a good chance of catching someone that's in the finals.
Exactly,
In the first match.
and it's I'm telling you, it's like those bionic women who are like they look like they just came out from the fucking Amazon that end up like
well,
taking
and you
the
did
division.
middle at Worlds.
Yeah,
I would say you
such
went
a
up.
stupid
the girl was
freaking.
a lot bigger than you.
Yeah, she was, and she
A
ended
lot
up being
bigger.
like Mackenzie Dern's like
Yeah, it was
training
Mac-
partner. I was
her
like, oh,
drilling
that's
partner.
so awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
I was talking to John Evans from Flow Grappling, and he's like, do you know who you went up against? And I'm like, no idea, dude. And he was like, yeah, that's Mackenzie Dern's training partner. And I was like, okay, yeah, all right.
She's getting some high level training then, right?
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she was at Master Worlds.
Or maybe not anymore. I mean, Mackenzie Dern keeps missing weight, so
Oh, does she?
Really?
yeah. She missed weight for her last
Of
two
course,
MMA
you would know the
fights.
stats about Mackenzie Dern. I'm about to throw this mic at you, boy. I'm about to throw this mic at you.
Gonna get backhanded, bro.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
She was at Master Worlds. You could. She was at some booth where you can go there and take a picture with her.
Oh, really?
Oh, not a kissing booth?
No, not one of
I'm
those.
pretty sure that line would have been like out.
A bit longer than the
And then
acai
some.
line.
Probably right. Yeah, she was watching. She was down. You know, I was up at the above, and she was down watching the pro fights.
Oh, nice.
Buchecha and all those guys.
Oh yeah, the Grand Prix.
Yeah, because
Grand Prix.
isn't she with Buchecha or something?
I saw something about that. I don't know if that's actually.
Oh, they're together?
I don't know.
Ooh, gossip.
Yeah, no,
Let's talk about it, you guys.
I swear, I'm pretty sure I read something from like Jiu-Jitsu Times or
Yeah, they were posting
Something like
some
that,
stuff
yeah.
like right around Masters Worlds of them on like Snapchat together and stuff like that.
He could do better than that.
oh snap.
Yeah, I mean, you probably think she looks like her dad.
She totally does. She totally does. That's why when every guy is like, "Oh my god, Mackenzie Dern, she's so hot," I'm like, dude, she is a carbon copy of like Megaton. Like who's a hot chick? I would say is Michelle Nicolini. I've seen her in person.
no
Thank
argument
you.
there.
So hot.
Thank you.
God, she's so cute.
I have a picture with her on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I went to James Klingerman's school or whatnot because he was doing like a seminar.
Yeah.
And she was like teaching us like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
Yeah, she
Nice
is.
lady.
She's like one of those. She's got one of those faces where it's like she's hot, but she's gorgeous and beautiful and cute. It's like, you know, it's like
Yeah,
all
the
mixed
whole
in,
package,
the
right?
whole thing, you know what I mean?
And she's good at jujitsu. Jeez.
Yeah,
Like, man, you just need to get her on the podcast.
true.
Yeah.
Michelle Nicolini, if you're listening to this, please come
Get
out
her
to
on there.
Chicago.
She's listening. don't kid yourself. She's listening.
Yeah, she was at the Master Worlds too. She was at the booth next door.
She's the hottest, right? Okay, go. Top 3 hottest chicks in jiu-jitsu.
Go ahead, Dania.
All right. Including myself or not?
Yeah.
Please,
Okay, so I
That's
would
obvious.
say so I would say Michelle Nicolini, and then I would say I'm totally butchering her name, Gazari.
Oh, Gazari Mutada or whatever,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Gracie Jr girl.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then, geez, I really don't know. I really don't know for the third one. I would
That's
just
when
say
you
those
say
are the
yourself.
top 2.
That Anna Schmidt is hot too.
Oh, yeah.
Anna Schmidt.
Yeah. You don't know?
I don't know who that
No,
is.
she just
No,
won
not
Worlds,
ringing-
man.
Not
She
ringing a
just won
bell.
Worlds. No, I haven't either. Paul knows.
Black belt.
Creeping
Yeah.
on the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently you need to. I mean, she just won Black Belt Worlds, and none of us know who
Yeah,
she
right.
is.
Exactly.
Yeah, how do you not know, Alex? Come on, bro.
I'm not gonna say anything with her sitting right there.
Oh, shut up.
Dania, you got to keep that pin pan strong.
Yeah,
you know what
oh,
I mean?
it definitely
You gotta
is
keep,
strong.
Got to keep this guy in line,
Yeah,
dude.
right.
Stepping out of line.
Just gotta stay out of backhand range.
So how's it go with you guys with the roles?
Oh man. Okay, so all the couples listening out there, I cannot roll with him. So in the beginning, like I was able to roll with him. No. I was able to roll with him in the beginning and be like, oh yeah, you know, he's teaching me. But for some reason, like I just get super pissed with him. Like anybody else could tap me out, but like for some reason with him, it's like,
Wow.
yeah. Well,
So
it's
we'll
because to
drill
be fair,
together,
hold
but
on. To be fair though, it's because he knows exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So it's like he just catches me like all the freaking time.
But that's the fun part.
No, it's not fun. When
you
I
have to elevate your game so he can't catch you anymore. That's
so
the
we
whole
stick
point.
to
hold
drilling
on,
now.
and then he go like, and then in Nogi, he's just like diving for my heels, and I'm like,
I'm trying
I
to get her to
fucking
work on her
hate
heel
you.
hook.
Yeah,
hate
for
you.
sure.
I thought that was a caring move on my part.
I think it's carrying.
I care about your heel hook defense, so
yeah, but hold on. When he's going up against
you're
like
gonna get-
different, hold on, I'm talking, boy. You better hold on. So when he goes like up against like different girls or other girls in like practice, I'm like, man, he's so like freaking nice to them, and like he's being like super easy. But then like with me, it's like he like cranks it up to 100, and God forbid his. You know,
I don't care about them getting better as much as you.
oh,
Right, there you
yeah,
go. See?
really? This is the first time I hear it. So funny. Oh, hey, you remember that one time, like, I just totally passed your guard and then, like, I armbarred you? My elbow
don't
still
do that.
hurts from, like, how many months ago was that?
That's
Right?
That's nasty.
Right? Yeah.
She's
So,
bitter.
A little bit.
Anna
This
Caroline Schmidt. There you go. Right?
Pretty cute, yeah.
Pretty cute.
Okay, calm down, Paul. Jeez.
What do you think, Cito?
Was she at Master Worlds?
Yeah, she
Oh yeah,
was,
she was across from BJJT's. Yeah.
Yeah, what was that booth?
Fighters Market.
Fighters Market.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was working that booth.
Yeah. There's some girl from Brazil. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she's cute, but she's like has like millions of followers, and I don't know what she's saying. Because she just talks in Portuguese.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm following her, but I have no idea what she's promoting. Because she's always like promoting something, like she's
Yeah,
like has
yeah.
a gi on or some kind of like.
That's when you copy it
Powder.
and put it in like Google Translate. Or Mineko. You ask Mineko, hey,
Yeah.
hey, what is this hot girl saying?
This is
Right?
is this her? Yeah, this is her. How do you say her name?
Giovanna?
Is that it?
Yeah, I've seen her before
you've seen
too.
her
She's
before?
constantly promoting
Constantly.
stuff. Yeah.
Like always.
She's hotter.
She's
than the
hotter.
Anna one.
Yeah, she
Really?
is,
Let me
yeah.
see this.
Do you want to get slapped across the face?
Why are you guys doing this?
Could you
to
leave
me?
the pod?
Why are you doing
Could
this?
you
to me?
leave the pod? Could you leave the podcast? I'm kidding.
No, she's not hotter than Anna.
Oh, you're
How
crazy.
dare you?
Do it.
No,
It's
that's
the
true.
range.
She's
That's
doing
true.
duck lips here. Come on,
She's
bro.
doing duck
That's-
lips.
Wait,
She's
what
not
girl
even
doesn't
on my-
do duck lips though? I'm pretty sure I've seen like a couple guys do duck lips.
No, shout out to Bobby Emmons. That's
Yeah,
duck
right,
lips
Bobby
there.
Emmons. If you're listening to
God.
this,
That dude does duck lips.
Whatever
and
happened to
everything.
just smiling, ladies?
Bro.
There you go.
Okay. There you go.
I want to
Is
say
it a sports bra
I wanna
picture?
say
Yeah,
what's
right.
up, but-
Exactly.
Look at that one. He's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows
But
the
I
right
feel like
angle.
she's got like
Yeah, no, that's better.
Yeah.
she's touching up her
She's-
photos.
a
See,
little
that's
bit.
a good note. Is that for Nogi? Is that
Yeah.
like a Nogi outfit?
It
That's
is.
like
You
a
should-
super tight onesie. I like that.
You should totally invest in one.
That is, right?
That's what it looks like. I mean, I don't know what she's promoting here.
That's a onesie, like rash guard
yeah, I don't
with
know.
like really high shorts.
But she like has like a whole like so she's not taking these photos herself.
No,
Obviously.
no, obviously
She's got a
not. And
whole
then like
team.
if you look at it's such a creeper thing to say, but if you look at her thighs, like they're so like digitalized. Like, come on, girl.
Oh, like the thighs are photoshopped?
Yeah.
You think so?
To what?
Well,
to like
not
slim them down?
No, not like Photoshop, but like it looks like super like clear.
Yeah.
Makes
Like
sense.
how
you know
Hong
what I
adds
mean?
in filters and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, like
right.
she's using a filter or something
see.
like that.
I gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, at least she's using a filter like that and not the fucking Snapchat doggy face like flower one. You want to know something that pisses
The
me off?
fucking worst. That pisses
like,
me
don't
off.
fucking take a picture on your Snapchat like that and then put it as your fucking profile picture on Facebook. I lost all respect for you.
Thank you, Dania.
Yeah.
I cannot stand that. That's like it's on the same level as people who chew with their mouth open.
Yeah.
I can't.
or on the phone,
Yeah.
chew with your mouth open.
Hey, what's going
man, that's the
on?
worst. I haven't had to deal with that
On
one.
microphone, chew with your mouth
Okay,
open.
first of all, that was okay, it was like a 4-hour podcast. We were going deep that night, okay? But I had a boss back in the day, and I would have to call him up.
Oh, she's
to check
bodied
in.
up, too.
Yeah, I know, dude. Okay, we don't have to keep past.
Okay, we gotta. Yeah,
You're
we
like,
gotta-
man,
Donnie gets it,
all
man.
over
She's
Instagram.
hot.
I know. Jeez. So we're gonna
no,
do 2
you-
hours of. Hey, so we're gonna do 2 hours of training after this, followed by an hour of lifting. Jeez, making me feel like shit.
So my old boss.
You're not enough, Tanya.
What's for lunch? Nothing.
nothing ever.
Nothing.
I'm
Right.
gonna look at
Right.
myself and cry.
Right.
That's what's
Nothing.
for lunch.
Some alkaline water.
So he would purposely chew with his mouth open while I call him on the phone because he knew it annoyed me.
Who?
My old boss.
What a dick.
That's
like,
awesome.
What a dick move. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, man.
What was
you
your
just
old
start
job?
shutting the phone in his face.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, dropped
I
the
used
call.
to be a purchasing agent over at a company called Book Covers. This is
Okay.
like, I don't know, mid 90s, late 90s. Yeah. And he was such a
About
dick.
when we were born.
Probably
Yeah,
when
right.
you guys were-
1994.
Yeah. Oh, my, you were born in
in
94?
Yeah.
Damn.
94 and 93, yeah.
I graduated high school in 93.
Dude, wait. How old are you? You're like, you were saying you're like 40 what? 41? You
42.
don't look like it.
It's good. Thank you.
No, not at all. Like, I honestly, like, when I seen you at Chicago Open, I was like, dude, this guy's got to be like 27, 28.
Be like, give him another year or two, he'll be in the Masters division.
Right. So when I first met her at grappling.
Grappling games.
Grappling.
Yeah, you were competing.
Industries.
Oh, was it Industries?
Yeah, it was because it was that round robin. I got
Oh,
smoked
okay,
by all those
gotcha,
kids,
yeah.
and I came up to her. I'm like, "Hey," and she looked at me like, "Who is this creep coming up to me?"
So
She's like,
something
"Who the
about
fuck's this
that-
dude?" I'm
And then
like,
she found out who you were, and she's
It's
like,
like,
"Oh
oh,
my god, I love
oh.
your podcast. Can
Yeah.
I come on?"
Hey, pretty much. You guys have
how
a
it
good. Listen, you guys
That's
have a good
exactly how it went.
podcast. I enjoy it. But no, you know how many times like we'll be out at like a tournament or what, like at a gym, and they're just like, "Hey, Dania, how are you?" And I'm just like, "Who is this dude?" Or
Right,
they'll be
right.
like, "Oh, congratulations on your last match," and I'm like, "Who are you?"
Right,
like, "Oh,
right.
I follow you on Instagram." Like, okay,
So when I just
cool.
sit out to the side, I'm like, yeah, thanks for congratulating me.
Like
too.
it's gotten it's gotten to the point too, even like outside of jiu-jitsu where like I'll go to like export to lift and like I put my headphones on and you know I don't want anyone bothering me, and like this guy comes up to me and he is like DAJ BJJ and I'm like, wait, what? He was like,
Oh, yeah.
you're DAJ BJJ, the redhead that does jiu-jitsu. I'm like, yeah.
Shameless plug.
right.
I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, I
Like,
follow you.
that's my tag. Follow me. But I
I
mean,
was
yeah,
like-
back to the story.
Well, so he goes and he was like, yeah, I follow you on it. Well, no, actually, I don't follow you, but like, I do follow you. I'm like, okay, dude, like, all right,
Yeah.
like, thanks or whatnot. And
The
then like, I
simple button
totally
click,
just
just click
like
the button.
walked
Is your
away.
account private?
No, it's public because of all
so
my
he typed your name in
sponsors.
and then like scrolls through your shit, but refuses to click follow.
Damn.
Yeah, but
That's
then
some
like
stalker.
Yeah,
funny,
that's creepy.
But then funny, like after he had like made that weird encounter, like I get like a follow
Yeah,
notification.
he's probably like, yeah, I got
Now I
gotta
have
clear this
to.
up
yeah,
now.
not, exactly.
gig
Do you
is
follow
up.
him back then?
Yeah, I follow most of my followers back.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's very nice
not,
of you.
Like I said that like if
It's a lot
I
of
ever
shit to
got
scroll
like
through.
It is.
Oh yeah.
yeah, oh god, I have like probably like arthritis in my thumbs, just like in a way. But I always said that like if I had like a lot of followers or if I ever like made it big or something, like I would be in touch with people. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a way to be in touch with people, but then like sometimes, like for me, like I only follow for Grappler Union. I only follow like jujitsu people.
Yeah.
And like a couple snowboarding things, but I wouldn't want to see like just, you know what I mean, like just.
Well, also too,
Yeah.
being a personal trainer, like
I guess
I'm
you follow
trying
all
to
like your
my
all the
clients,
people, your
yeah.
clients too.
So
Gotta
To
do
see
that.
like, oh, I took the kids here, and you're like, all right.
it gives me something to
Like-
talk about, you know, like when we have like an hour session together, you know, otherwise it's just really awkward when I'm hearing like, this weight's super hard, Dania, like I can't do this. I'm
Yeah.
just like, all right. So how was that walk with the kids?
So you're a personal trainer at UFC gym?
Yeah, the UFC gym in Orland Park and the UFC gym in Oak Lawn.
Okay. Are they the same owner? Is that why you switch between the two? Because
Yeah, yeah,
it's a,
it's the
it's a
same owner.
franchise, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same owner. You know, I'm doing really great over there with the women over there. You know, I have a huge clientele and teaching them like jujitsu, kickboxing, and boxing.
So it's a
super
class
fun.
But she
you do?
runs
So
a
I do-
women's only class.
Women's only class. Okay.
Yeah, it's a women's only boot camp.
Okay.
And then I do a couple classes over
And what are you
there.
teaching them?
So this month I'm teaching a women's only jujitsu on Wednesday, 7:30 to 8:30, and then like a kickboxing 6:30 to 7:30.
Is this gi or no gi?
It's no gi.
No gi.
Yeah, it's more like self-defense because they're like not even like white belts. You know what I mean?
Like an introduction to
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. And then I teach a kickboxing and boxing 9:15 to 10:15 on
So more
Tuesdays
like
and
a-
Thursdays.
What kind of boxing background do you have?
When I was with that lady, so my old coach.
They're
More
like
like,
a-
but it's
they're
more
like-
like a fitness
They're like
boxing.
a boxing
Yeah,
cardio
but I
class.
did
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
I did do some like Muay Thai training with Glenn Hudson over in Robbins.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a really good Muay Thai coach.
sure.
So and then Bobby the Wolfman Moffitt, he used to be my old training partner at Randori. He's on RFA or LFA now.
Yeah, I think it's LFA.
Yeah, he used to train me too.
Nice.
So really, he actually just won his last MMA fight.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm like crossing my fingers that he gets into the UFC soon.
Yeah, hopefully that dude deserves it.
He
He's a
hardest
beast.
working MMA fighter I've like met.
What about you? Any MMA in the future?
So that's pretty funny. My mom's like pushing me actually.
Your
to like
mother
do,
is?
My mother, yeah. My mother is
Punch
like
in the face.
Right.
My mother's literally like, before I die, I want you to get in the cage. I'm like,
Wow.
okay.
She's
And my
a big
mom's
fan.
like, no, my mom's
She's
like
like an
41,
MMA fan?
42.
Well,
Oh,
that
yeah.
gives you a-
Oh, yeah.
a big time
My
frame
mom,
to
like,
eat.
you could talk to her and be like, oh, yeah, so I did a triangle. I did a sweep. And like, she'll understand
Does
what
she
you're
train?
saying. She used to, like
nice.
years ago, but then she stopped.
Get her back
So,
in.
Right.
yeah, she's an owner of a salon now. So hence why I'm always doing these funky colors in my hair.
Oh,
But,
where's her salon at?
it's literally right next to the UFC gym. So like during my break, I go and I
Nice.
hang out with my mom. It's on 103rd in Harlem in
Okay.
Palos Hills. But yeah, MMA, I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I'm also getting like the MMA fighters that I work with that are like, dude, we'll help you out, you know, and you would definitely like kill it with your jujitsu
Right.
and whatnot. So I don't know. We'll see.
I think you're overthinking it when you do it. You worry too much about getting hit in the face.
You don't like to get hit in the face.
Well,
That's
'cause-
understandable. I don't like to
Well,
get
no,
hit in the
I'm a
face.
bitch. I'll like just lose all control of like technique and just want to like fucking like
Oh,
put
really?
2 hands on her neck and
Go
just like
mount and
strangle her.
Rape choke.
Right? Just like, ah. So,
You bitch, you hit me in the face.
but like, I feel like I
Hitting her head
have
on
the
the mat.
utmost respect. I have the utmost respect for MMA fighters, and I feel like you have to wake up and like, you know, every day being like, oh, you know what? I can't wait to train 6 to 9 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I can't wait to just like not work and train.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas jujitsu, you get a little bit of balance of, you know, working and training.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to be kind of like to be successful at MMA. You kind of got to go all in.
Yeah.
Like to be
Yeah.
super successful.
So there's some
at it.
days where I'm like, man, I could see myself doing it, and then there's some days where I'm like, fuck that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you just
so
gotta
I
do
think-
one.
Well, I think once I hit the point where I'm like, you know what, I want to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
We're still young,
Let's get in
so you
gear.
got time.
yeah.
If you get brain injuries so soon, you can
Yeah.
wait till you're late.
I'm
20s.
pretty sure I've
Yeah.
already gotten like a couple concussions from like all the jujitsu, like being slammed and like choked or whatnot.
Yeah.
Not choking doesn't do anything.
Lose a couple brain cells.
Is there any
No
like
oxygen.
female boxers out there that are like punchy? Like when you like hear them talk? Where
I don't
You
know.
know what I mean?
I don't know. Muhammad Ali's daughter. I don't know if she's punchy.
Layla Ali?
Yeah, because she's fought,
No, I know.
but I don't know. Is there any MMA women?
No, because
I've never
it's
heard-
so new still.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I can't think of any.
There's
never heard any
a
that
girl
do
named
that.
Christina.
'Cause what's it called?
Demopoulos or something like that from Vidor's, Vidor Oliveira's school, who does jujitsu and MMA. And so far, she's been killing it in the MMA scene, and
Yeah.
she's won by jujitsu, by armbar.
Well, Mackenzie Dern, she's also
Yeah,
doing
her
it.
too.
Well, it seems to be more common in the women's divisions. You see like less knockouts and more submissions or
Submissions, yeah.
TKOs.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's power or the women are like, I don't want to get hit in the face, and they fight smarter.
Yeah,
They're smarter than
okay.
the men or less power. I can't tell, but
Yeah,
Or both.
if they have that jujitsu background, like that pedigree,
Yeah.
like Mackenzie Dern, she don't want to knock anyone out.
Yeah.
Fuck no, she's gonna.
it's like
She's
Damian.
gonna want to go to the ground.
She's gonna want to go to the ground.
Yeah.
Go to her world.
If you specialize in something, why go to what you don't specialize in?
Right.
Doesn't
Right.
make any sense.
Exactly.
I'm
Bruno
also
Ma-
worried too about like
Bruno
if I
Malfacini won his.
do. Yeah, I'm also worried too. Like if I do get into MMA, like my jujitsu, like not being as up to par. You know
I
what I mean?
think you're
Because I'm
gonna-
going to be focusing on stand up and
I
then
think you're worrying
conditioning.
too much about basic MMA amateur, like introductory
because
fight one.
I've rolled against a guy who was an MMA fighter in Nogi,
Yeah.
and it was a totally different role. That guy I couldn't do anything to him. He was
Yeah.
tighter
It's all positional.
Mm-hmm.
because you
Okay.
got to remember he's got to be tighter because he's got to start worrying about punches. So his
Yep.
jiu-jitsu actually becomes a little bit tighter, I think.
Yeah.
When you
and
throw in
so I've
MMA.
found that they don't really. They're a lot more worried about just staying on top.
Yeah.
Not so much worried about like, oh, let's dive on this submission. I need to submit
No.
you. They don't care.
No.
They can just
Yeah.
pop
See,
up
I
and
feel
punch
the
you in the face.
opposite because
Like,
I've gone up against girls who were like MMA fighters, and I felt like. I
They
mean, no
gave up sweeps?
disrespect, but they gave
Really?
up a lot of the positioning and whatnot, and I was able to like sub them.
I think they might have
And-
been bad MMA
Bad
fighters.
MMA fighters.
Maybe, but it was a couple. Like there's about 3 to 4 girls that I went up against, and they were MMA fighters, and I'm like, shit, because my training partner Bobby Moffitt, he was just. I couldn't move him. Like I
he's a
couldn't do
beast.
anything. But
Right.
then with these girls, like I was like flipping them back and forth,
Yeah,
and
that's just I
you know,
think they just weren't there yet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, whenever I roll with MMA fighters, I mean, you pretty much know what to expect. Like, they're gonna try and take you down and stay on top.
Stay on top.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
not
just
going to see like
pressure.
any MMA fighter being like, oh, let me, unless it's Ryan Hall, obviously, be like, oh, let me hit an Imanari roll and try.
Right.
And
Yeah,
hit.
right.
Like, no, you're not going to see that typically.
Yeah.
They're more worried about like, all right, I'm going to single or double you, stay on top, pass your guard, mount you, punch you in the face.
Yeah.
You turn your back, I'm going to choke you.
Yep.
I mean-
and choke you well.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
guy choked me out, and he was a big dude. Like nothing. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
It's a different level. Gritty.
Oh, for sure. Well, and
Really good.
those guys just go all out.
Yeah.
They get a choke like that. They're just,
Yeah. They're not.
they don't have to worry about more matches in one night, so they'll burn their arms out in that one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. Open mat, 10 plant Lombard, Sundays, 10 to 12.
He gets
Come
a
feel
lot
the
of
difference.
MMA fighters rolling through
He
there,
does,
right?
man. It's a good open mat, Those
Yeah.
guys roll through, man. It's tough. You're not going there, And that's why I'm excited to train. You should come, man.
I'll give it a shot, especially now that I'm not going against Manny.
Yeah.
I mean, sad he had to pull out. I
It
mean,
is,
I get
yeah.
it work. And
Manny's a good guy, man.
I'm
He's a
grateful
good-
he did
good
it
fighter.
this far out. Last time I didn't get this much notice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was day of.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you're a
day-
lot bigger
Wait,
than Manny.
that was Quinn, right?
we were both doing it at walking weight. He said they were saying he walked at 150.
Oh, does he? I know because he cut to 125. For
Yeah,
that.
yeah. They were saying he walked at 150. The fight was at 150, and I walk at 150, 155.
Okay,
depending
good.
on how crappy I'm eating.
Yeah. He's a little taller than you, for sure.
I've never met him.
yeah. I've rolled with him, man. He's really, really
He
good.
he trains with one of the guys who teaches at the UFC gym with us, Motaz.
Oh,
He
okay,
trains at
Motaz
Midwest
Oscar.
Training Center with
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
What belt rank is Manny Vasquez?
He just got his purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to match us up with purple because last time they matched me up with the brown belt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Emilio
Amy
Hernandez.
says she doesn't like doing like mixed match.
Yeah.
I have a mixed
matches.
match.
She
but-
doesn't like to, but she
Yeah.
tries to keep
Sometimes
it all
she
the
has
same.
to,
But
yeah.
especially for Nogi, she's like, it's expert Nogi. It's not a purple belt match.
Which is weird, right? I wonder why. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter.
And not if you do expert Nogi. I mean,
I know, but Naga does an expert nogi, and they're like, oh, it could be black belt, could be brown.
There's enough guys out there for you guys to
Yeah.
get like the same belt level, whereas like females, it's like
Oh yeah, females, you guys.
it's so
it's a
small.
small pool.
Yeah, it's
Very
so small.
just take what you can
I'm
get.
like, I don't care. Throw me a black belt. Throw me a brown. I don't care.
Yeah.
There was actually one tournament couple years ago or whatnot that I went up against Laura Halleck. She's Vitor Oliveira's girlfriend. She's a black belt. Went up against her and the score was like 20 something to like 0. She just like whooped my ass on points.
In gi?
In gi, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, you know, she tapped out like everyone. And what sucked was like they gave her like all the easy like whites and blues, and like I got like, you know, the purples and like aboves or whatnot.
They
'cause
probably
we were-
seeded it.
Probably. I mean, there was a good enough money on the line. And I was just like, all right, whatever you do, don't let her tap you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
was
she tapped
that the
everyone else.
AGF one?
Was it AGF? No, it was AG something. It wasn't AGF though.
It's the one out in Ohio? You
Yeah,
did?
American. Was it American Grappling Games? It was called AGG.
I have no idea. I remember when you were
Dustin
talking
Ware,
about that one when it
yeah.
happened, though.
So did you put your name in for all those super fights? All those tournaments that have the super
Yeah,
fights? You put your
yeah.
name in for all of them?
Yeah.
What about like EBI?
I've never put my name in there. I this is gonna sound stupid. I don't even know how, like, who I would get in contact with for
You just gotta,
ABI.
I think it's just more of like social media thing, like just
Yeah.
Oh,
hitting up
okay.
Eddie Bravo with like,
They got
you know.
there's
put your name
I
out
think it's
there.
a girl who does their social media marketing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of getting
Yeah.
your name in.
Yeah, getting your name out
Yeah.
there,
Well,
which
now-
is what I'm trying
now,
to
now
do.
you just talk to Nikki Sullivan. You're like, hey,
Yeah,
who was talking to you?
Hey,
Well, she won that
Nikki.
thing. That's how she got in, right? She beat that girl at
Yeah.
that sub.
They originally
Yeah,
were asking.
Subspectrum, she beat Catherine
Yeah.
Shen, yeah.
They originally were asking me to do it, and I just like honestly, I wasn't feeling it.
The sub spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just was like, you know what? I feel like you have to have your heart completely in it before you even like sign up.
Well, and they were a bit wishy-washy with like, oh yeah, she might be competing if she wants to, this
Yeah.
and like
Like the other
Subspectrum for the guys is cut and dry because
Mm-hmm.
they can set up the divisions earlier.
Yeah.
It was just one super fight for the females.
Oh, I see.
So it was like, hey, we're gonna do one super fight, you each bring $100, winner walks out with 200,
I see.
something like that.
Right.
So
But how much it cost you to get there? It's far, right? It's not close.
Yeah,
it's like 5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours drive.
It's out in what was it, Des Moines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a far drive.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess we can't say anything. Keith came from San Diego for
Yeah,
that
he
one.
flew
Keith
out.
Krikorian.
Yeah.
And then I don't know where those Triton guys are from, but Triton came out. Those guys were real tough. It was like, I guess they do mostly no-gi. It's James Partridge, Brock Kennedy, and I think the other dude's name is Todd. They were all
I
just
don't know why you're looking at me. I get so confused with all these like dudes' names. I'm like,
they were all pretty much
yeah,
just like
sure.
heel hook. It was literally just heel hook city at Subspectrum.
it really was.
Oh,
Like you
yeah.
watch the videos, it was
I
just
was the,
heel
I
hook
was the
after heel
only
hook.
one in the 150 division to do a takedown. Everybody
Really?
else is pulling guard and going for heel hook because Jordan came up to me when we were about to leave. He's like, dude, nobody's doing takedowns. I was like, it kills me. Like, I'll do it in tournaments like IBJJF to pull guard because it's a smart game plan.
Yeah.
But it kills me inside.
Agreed.
I honestly wish they do like what I think it's Naga that does it. Like if you pull guard, the other person gets a point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that they do in Naga?
I think there's one tournament, I forget
There's
which one
one
it is that
tournament, yeah, it
does
does
it. So if
I
you
think
pull
you're
guard,
right.
the other person gets 1
I think
point.
you're right.
Doesn't
I think
wait,
that's good
and
enough
then
because that
doesn't
decentivizes
ADCC
guard
do
pulling
something where
because
it's
then
like
if you pull
get
guard and you
minus
can't
a
sweep
point
them, you
or
lose.
something like that too.
What's
So
that?
Say that again?
ADCC, you get like minus a point.
Yeah, I think so. So if you pull guard in the first half, I think you
You get minus something for sure.
can still get penalties in the first half or something. ADCC rules I still don't fully understand. They got like when they split it up, I still don't understand their first 3 versus their last 3 or first 5 versus their last 5. I know they split up how they do it because there's not points the entire time.
It's coming up soon, ADCC.
Yeah, like
It's
the first. How long is the match?
20-something days.
Is it really?
Yeah.
First 5 minutes is no points, and then
Is it 10 minutes, 5 and 5?
yeah, something like that, or it's 10 and 10, and the match is 20. I forget.
That might just be their super fights. Like their Mario Sperry and who do you go against? Ricardo Laborio?
Oh, they're having super fights there too?
But they did
Yeah,
those
there's- I don't know if
last time they had ADCC. They did those ones, and they always do the winner of the absolute the previous year versus their champion who's been winning them.
Yeah, Paul, you think you can like brush up on that, man?
What?
You should know all this stuff.
Why the fuck don't you know it?
I have no
Right?
idea.
Whose idea was it to start like this podcast?
It's kind of like both of our
Both of
ideas.
yours?
Yeah. We just threw the idea out there one day and just started doing it.
Yeah, I can't even remember how it got started at this point.
It was at your house. We were doing it at your house. Remember we watched UFC fights?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like forever ago. I mean,
does.
this is episode what?
48.
48. So it's
Damn.
and then we've done 3 companions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this episode is technically a year.
Yeah.
This is our 1 year episode.
Look at that.
Heyo.
Only took you guys a year to bring me on here.
That's
Jeez.
right.
Told you Paul books the guests. You gotta be nice to Paul.
Yeah, you were saying like a list, and I'm like,
list. Paul's got
Be
the
like,
list.
Paul's
I'm
got
like,
the list and
how
you're
is
not
this
on
list
it.
going? how good you do in a tournament? or like,
She wants to the
not
rules
at all.
set.
Is it
She wants to the rules set the list.
like, yeah, right. Like
How's that work?
alphabetically, or like what?
There's a lot that
What,
goes
what's she
into
being
it.
judged on, Paul?
Yeah. Please entertain me. What?
Okay.
Yeah. How do you pick
So
the guests, Paul?
how did I
Hey,
get
be
on
nice
here?
because I got to ride back with her.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So there's a couple of different things you got to look at. Like, I don't want to have someone from the same school on like back-to-back weeks. I want to like split that up. And then also I don't want to just like keep having like competitors in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to have like maybe a gym owner in, or maybe an instructor, or maybe just, you know, maybe a competitor, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
not just have like all instructors or
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
you know what I
All
mean?
gym
And,
owners.
Different
split that
viewpoints,
up.
not just,
you have
oh, yeah,
somebody
I own
from
the
this
gym.
school. I want to have like somebody from this school, this school, this school. And then maybe we could come back around to this school again. Do you know what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
What's about as diverse as it gets right here? Compridos and Carlson Gracie
Yeah, right.
Jr.
There
You
you
got
go.
Braza CTA, and you got Carlson Gracie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet?
We met. This is pretty funny online. We were sponsored.
Kids, man, these kids.
Right.
No. Hold on.
Tinder.
So,
What's going on?
No. So we seen each other at tournaments, and it wasn't even like a hi bye. It was like,
Oh, it was
okay, this
ADCC?
dude. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was like, oh, okay, this
I went
dude.
against their teammate, DJ.
Yeah, and then after that, we got sponsored by this company called Spartan Warrior Wear. That
It wasn't even like a sponsor. It was they were just like, hey, we're going to put you on our page. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're like, here's a gi, here's some shirts. Like, could you take a picture in it? And then they made like a collage, and he was like, you know, advertising the men's line. I was advertising the women's line. And I'm like, oh, hey, this is the dude that, you know, was at ADCC. And I didn't add him, so let's make that one clear.
Oh, I added him.
And then I get a follow and an ad,
shame.
and then
No shame.
yeah, right. I get a follow and an ad. We didn't even talk after that. I was just like, okay, I'm improving
A
everybody.
follow
you
and
know.
an ad to.
So I add on Facebook
Instagram
and then
follow.
Zito, that's
Instagram
like
follow.
code these days for like, I went up to her and I went straight up to her
Well,
and I
no,
just
no,
said,
no, no,
you
no.
know,
He kept it original. No, he kept
It's a slow play. It's a
No,
slow
no, no,
play.
no.
It was so
Listen,
super slow.
He kept it old school though, because we didn't talk after that, and then it was
So
a
he's just
Chicago
stalking
Open.
you. You just noticed that he followed
right?
you. Noticed that he added you, and you're like, all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just
And
like
I
whatever,
noticed you.
another jujitsu
Unfollow,
creep,
refollow,
pretty much.
Unfollow, refollow.
So I
Did you
was
follow
like,
him right away back?
Yeah.
yeah, no, I
Right
didn't.
away,
Yeah, no
instantly.
shame. I mean, I do that with everyone.
does that with
though,
everyone.
Like I
So
said.
it's
yeah.
everybody.
special.
No, I
So
didn't
you
know
felt
that at the
special.
time,
Hey, you
though, so
never
I felt
know.
special.
You
never,
felt special.
Listen,
Yeah, of
you
course.
never know when it could be a possible sponsorship. Okay, like I
see
got
what
in my
you're
sponsorships through Instagram.
Okay.
So he kept it old school. We didn't talk, and then it was a Chicago Open that once again this dude comes up to me, and I'm like, "Who are you?" Okay, so even though he's following me or whatnot, I'm just not thinking like boys. I'm thinking like I need to fucking get this gold at
thinking
Chicago
crush
Open,
these
right?
women's souls.
Right.
And he starts talking to me in the bullpen, and then we start talking over the internet.
What do you come up to her and say in the bullpen? Like she's
Oh,
getting
that
ready
was
to
pretty
compete?
funny. Yeah.
Like,
Do you
what
even remember that?
I don't remember. I'm sure
Just
it was
like-
something stupid.
Hey, I'm Alex. You know, like he gives me like his whole like jujitsu story. I'm like, cool, you're Carlson Gracie. I'm
Jesus.
supposed to hate you. I'm the team points. But
I'd like
so
to
then,
dispute that, but I really can't tell you.
right? So
Like, no, I was a lot more smooth. I swept her off her feet.
yeah, no, you're not getting those points. But we you know, he talked to me in the bullpen, and then we kind of talked a little bit over you know, Facebook Messenger. And then he was coming out for a Naga, and he was like, oh yeah, you know, could I take you out? And I'm like, sure, yeah, that's fine. And then I totally like playing hard to get, like totally dodged him. I was like, oh, I had to go into work.
First
nice.
I was
Smart.
like, yeah.
Good move.
she ducks me on the first Naga expert I win, and I went against Eric Buliego.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's one of our teammates.
It was literally the week
Yeah.
after I got my purple belt, went against Buliego right before he got his. I guess it was like the week before he got his brown belt or something. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing so good. Now I'm gonna go see Dania.
oh yeah, she got called
Never
into
mind.
work.
She got called into work. And then like 6 months later, it came out like, oh yeah, no, I was just stalking you.
Well, so the thing was,
Like,
is
that's
I
pretty
honestly
gangster.
wasn't. I didn't want a relationship. I
Of
really
course not.
didn't.
No woman does.
No.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Just
I
from
don't
my
know this shit.
just from my like background, like being a Muslim girl, you know, like you can't date, or whatnot,
right.
you know, and all that. I still get judged for like being on the mat, you know, and not wearing like a hijab, but it's whatever.
Really?
Yeah, from
You
like
do?
yeah, from multiple people. But then I get like other Muslim women who are like, yeah, fuck yeah, we would do that too, you know, keep it up and whatnot.
Right.
And when my son or daughter's that age, we want you to train them. And I'm like, all right, cool. Talk to me in like 20 years.
Yeah.
But,
So, but you follow most of the culture, or do you?
yeah. I fast. I pray. Every time actually I do a super fight, I take my proceeds and I send it to Palestinian children who are like suffering from the war.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
because I went
Nice.
over there in 2011, and what really hit me like close was when these little kids are like in these ghettos, and they're like, "Oh, you do jujitsu and like you do karate, blah blah blah," you know.
Yeah.
And they're like, "We wish we could do that. Like, we wish we could even go to
Right.
school." And I was like, you know what? Each match that I do, it's going to be for them.
What's the Where do you donate to? Where's the money go?
So there's it's called
charity?
Peace.
Just Peace?
It's called Peace, yeah.
Okay.
And pretty much like they distribute the money or the clothes or whatever to either like, you know, kids in Morocco or Palestinian children or whatnot.
Oh, nice.
So I try to like, you know, good karma or whatnot.
That's good. No,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
So that's what I always
So do you do like Ramadan too?
Yeah.
So
oh, man.
So that's basically what, like 30 days of fasting, or explain that.
So Ramadan is pretty much the holy month, and you get closer to God, you know, and you kind of learn more about yourself, because what we believe is that your intentions that month and what you do are strictly from you. Like all the devils or whatnot are like put away, and like pretty much if you commit a sin, that was you. Like you weren't provoked or anything like that.
Wait. I'm sorry.
It gets confusing.
dead silence.
It gets confusing.
Explain that to me.
So it's
on
your
you as opposed
intention.
to because you're
Yeah.
fasting.
No.
Okay, so why-
Just because it's the holy month.
Yeah, because it's the holy month. So like you should be doing good. You know, you should be donating and whatnot. But let's
If
say,
you succumb to temptation, that's a sin on you.
yeah,
It's not like being
bingo,
like,
right
man,
there.
That month the devil's off.
Pretty much.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
dude,
Sorry,
putting,
I'm
a
like-
month off.
putting it on
Yeah.
your shoulders.
I see.
No bullshit.
It's just like a
Yeah,
month
yeah.
of, it's
So
a month
it's
of
like-
personal responsibility.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
That's what
so-
it is.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll just do this and then I'll ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah,
Nah, this
no,
month
this
you
is
can't
you.
fuck
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
I see.
So
Okay.
like you do something, like you rob a store, you kill someone, like you're fucked up. Like that was all on you.
The other 11
thanks
months.
for putting
the other
it
11
in
months,
good word.
it could be. You could blame it on someone else.
It's,
You
it's
can blame
like
it
you
on,
can
like,
still ask for
temptation or whatnot.
forgiveness.
You
If you
could
do
say
it during
ask for-
Ramadan,
yeah.
you can't.
I see. Okay.
So it's pretty much from sun up to sundown. You know, no food, no water, no gum, no sex, no, no smoking, none of that. So nothing like enters your mouth, none of that. And you just pretty much feel for the
How many
poor.
hours is that sun at sundown? It's like 16 hours.
Long as fuck.
It's usually like 5 a.m. to like 7 p.m., something like that.
7. Like
12
I
to
actually just
14
did it
hours.
yesterday.
Because it lands in summer, doesn't it?
Oh, does
Yeah.
it land
So
in
it's a-
summer?
it's a
Yeah.
long day.
Oh, it's a long day then.
Oh yeah, so it was like training under those conditions was just, it sucked. Like I call that like my technique month, and like I'll go to the gym and like I'll do like just like technique.
You're
like
not
I
rolling.
won't roll.
No.
Yeah.
How you gonna
Because
roll
like
with
you're
that?
so dehydrated,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you hurt yourself. You
Yeah,
know?
for
And then
sure.
you get super dizzy and whatnot. And of course you get like someone who wants to like go balls out, like sparring, and it's like, dude, I don't have the energy right now. So
So then
100%, yeah.
when can you eat? and
so you
drink?
eat sundown. So
Yeah.
like 8:30 hits.
So
That's
there's
when
a
you
sundown
can eat.
prayer.
Yeah.
And then after the sundown prayer, you break your fast and you can eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So
incredible.
yeah.
I worked with a guy who did it. I'm an electrician by
Yeah.
trade. And one year he was, fasting for Ramadan, and we were working inside, like in the AC, trimming in outlets and stuff like that. It was like pretty handy work, Showed up to work every day, no problem. The next year he was doing it, we were like on the decks of high rise, like bending pipe in fucking 90-degree weather. He made it 4 hours. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took the whole month off.
Yeah. There's
'Cause,
been
I
a
mean,
couple
like,
Ramadans where like I've passed
You'll
out.
fucking faint,
Yeah.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you're
fly around
working
that.
outside in the elements with nothing in your stomach, you're not hydrating, you know,
It's awful.
you're going to go down. For
Like
sure.
even if you brush your teeth, like you gotta make sure like everything comes out. Like you cannot swallow anything.
Come on.
Yeah. That invasive.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. But
And-
it does
only
like humble
know
you.
this. Only you
Yeah,
know this.
exactly.
Is happening.
You're having
just
that
a
battle with
personal
yourself, dude.
responsibility.
You're the only person you're letting down is you.
But you know what? I love that month. I seriously, I love it. Like, yeah, I don't get to do jujitsu that much, but like I just feel like it humbles me even more. You know what I mean? Like I'm more motivated to like go and help out and whatnot. And then like if I do end up like sparring, let's say, it's like I found it in me, you know, like to like overcome like the hunger and the thirst, and like people are sitting here like drinking in front of me, and I'm like, no, I still training, still doing my own thing. You know,
during that 30 days, right? 30 days.
Yeah, 30 days.
How is she? Is she crabby?
He does it too.
You do it with her?
Yeah.
I did
Wow.
what was it?
That's
2 super
love.
fights and still train.
Well, he's Muslim. He converted.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You converted?
Yep.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Not big news. I don't really tell anybody.
That's
Yeah.
really, how do you even convert to, how's that work?
So you
He did it for love, man.
No, he didn't. No, that has to be straight from you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pass it over to him because he's
Yeah.
the one who went through it all. I didn't ask him.
How long you guys been together?
Like a year and 3 months, 4 months, or something like that. But we knew of each other, like, you know, before. Like I said, I was not looking for a relationship. I was just like, no. Like, I can't be with, you know, a non-Muslim. And I'm just focusing on jiu-jitsu. And then he just pretty much was like, you know what? No, I could do this. And it's really not
So-
that hard being Muslim.
What were you before?
I was raised Catholic.
Sure, okay.
Strict Catholic family, but I stopped going to church and all that back when probably like 13, 14.
Yeah.
I went out and visited my grandma one year, and she's super strict Catholic. And this is like the year that rubbed me the wrong way with it. She's like, oh, well, if you don't go to church with me on Christmas, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
Yeah,
what the hell do you mean? I was like-
Catholics are strange.
yeah, I was like, what the hell do you
Guilt.
mean?
It's all strange, man.
Guilt,
Oh, yeah, dude.
guilt
So-
on top of guilt.
Yeah.
It's horrible, man.
Seriously.
It's such a terrible.
Fucking believable.
Oh.
Yeah,
The-
so I
the
talked
guilt.
to one sheik out here, Sheik Kafa, and his biggest thing is like, our whole religion's based off of logic. Like, if we say something and then it's disproved with science, he's like, then it's not right. He's like, everything has to be backed by science. Everything has to have reasoning. He's like, none of these guys were inhuman. None of these guys were anything like this. He's like, everything has to be based off of logic and science, has to be backed by it. And he's like, it's not, oh yeah, everybody goes to hell if you don't do this. He's like, no, if they don't know, they obviously go to heaven still. Yeah. He's like, it's the people who actively go against the religion that go to hell. So it was a lot more peaceful than being brought up Catholic. I like the ideals for it. I've always been kind of spiritual. And it just kind of meshed a little bit better with my beliefs than Catholicism.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
That's
but
interesting.
I trained and competed during this Ramadan, and I mean, like what she was saying.
Stuff.
So I trained every day. I'd take like 2 days off a week. And I would have to reschedule my entire work day to try and work at night if I could. So I could go just straight from work to practice. And I had to tell my coach, this when I was still out in Grand Rapids, I was like, I can't do warm-ups. I was like, if I do warm-ups, I can't roll.
Right.
I was like, you get one or the other. I'd rather
You get
roll.
tired real quick.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
It
yeah.
gets to
And
the
no
point-
fuel. What
Well,
do you
yeah,
do?
I'd stand up
And
and, I'd
having
literally be
low
so
iron and
empty,
low
like
blood
my hand
pressure,
would be
yeah.
shaking and like
Game
my
over.
vision would start tunneling in and all this. And I was like, I had certain times where they're like, are you good? I was like, I got to sit here till I can break my fast. I can't drive home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's days like that where I'd have to sit after practice for an hour, hour and a half just because I was like,
Right.
I can't drive because I can barely stand up.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Man, that's crazy.
took that last.
But it makes
The-
you tougher for
the
damn
grappling
sure.
games?
Yeah.
For sure.
So I was supposed to fight Quinn Swift at the last grappling games. This was during Ramadan, the one he backed out of, and then I got Emilio Hernandez. So I had the only days I didn't fast were the days I competed.
Yeah,
So that
which
was
is
the-
okay because you
yeah.
can make them up as long
So-
as it's like a legitimate
Yeah, so that
reason.
was because I had to travel 3 hours.
Yeah,
Go weigh in the night before, do all that. So those were the only days I didn't fast, and that's why, like, I was like, I don't care if you back out of a fight. I was like, you back out of a fight when I'm fasting too. I was like, now I'm upset.
yeah.
Like I trained all Ramadan for this, and then you do this 30 minutes before, and I was like, now I'm upset.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Man.
Like Dania said, it humbles you, man. That
Oh,
month
really
humbles
does.
you. You know,
I
because
bet.
that's life. That's most people, dude, struggling to get their food and
But at what age?
water.
What age can you still do that at? I mean,
What? So you start at puberty. So pretty much like the age like men like start growing a little bit of
Okay.
I guess facial hair.
and then
I started
is
when
there
I
a
was
cutoff age.
When
No,
it's not
it's
safe
only-
for you.
yeah.
Like if you can't physically, like if you have health restrictions that you can't, you don't have to do it.
Yeah, or if like a girl is menstruating or pregnant, she is allowed to skip the days and then make it
yeah.
up.
Look at that.
And then if you're on like any medication, so like cancer patients that take medication like for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you cannot fast, you either make it up, like I said, or you donate a certain amount of money to the poor.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's either supposed to be about bettering you or helping someone out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just donate that month. I'm good.
Yeah, right.
I feel like I'm pretty good. So I'm just gonna donate.
You'll be sitting there eating
I'm
your
good.
sub. You'll be like, man, these kids are gonna love this money, but I
That's-
love this sub.
yes.
Right.
These kids are gonna benefit from me having a slice of pizza right now for sure. Man, that's interesting. That's really man. That's crazy.
I try to like educate people like the best I can about
you-
like the Muslim religion because people have such a bad idea.
course,
of it.
yeah.
And
There's
it's
a lot of
funny
that.
because people will like meet me at tournaments, they'll talk to me, and they'll be like, "Wait, you're Muslim?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, but you're really cool." And I'm like, how should I take that?
Yeah, that's
like, you know what I
insane.
mean?
Like, thanks for that backhand
Or like
there.
I'll get like one
right.
Brazilian dude, really like older, like masters, like.
Watch
I
what
don't
you say.
even know.
Say Masters
no,
3.
Master,
Yeah, I was just
no,
gonna
no, no, no.
Masters
This guy
3
was
some
no,
older.
this guy
Your
was
seniors, all
older.
right?
That's right.
No. This guy was like older, and he actually ended up like he had like that was his last tournament because he was like that old. So I told him I was like, yeah, I'm American Palestinian Muslim, and like immediately you just seen like the sorrow in his eyes. He's like, it's so sad what's happening there. Like he's like, long live Palestine. Like I'm so sorry to hear that. So.
Some people
Yeah,
are-
it's weird because if you don't have any exposure to Muslim people, like you really the
You
only
just go
exposure
what's
you
on the
have is
internet,
on the news and on the
and
internet. You know what I
yeah.
mean? The Redzovics are really good at
Yes, they are. Yeah.
promoting
Yeah.
the culture in the right way.
I forgot which one is it. Adam, who does like the Dean show
No,
or something,
that's-
or which one is
Eddie does the
Eddie.
Dean show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoy his videos. He had like George St. Pierre on there one time.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, someone.
What
told
is
me-
the Dean? I don't know what that is.
It's like a internet show that Eddie does, and it's basically about
Yeah, the Muslim like religion,
community
Arabian
and-
culture, and whatnot.
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with
and all that.
jujitsu. This is separate.
Sometimes.
I mean, sometimes,
sometimes
it,
it will,
it crosses
yeah.
the path, but I
Like
think
it's a majority of like pretty much like everything. What's going on in the news, the religion,
I see.
and a
I
little
think
bit
he's
of
the
jujitsu.
fourth. He's like the third or fourth largest internet show for Muslims. Like, yeah, he's
Really?
got like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're doing a good thing. That's for sure.
The Redzovics,
Just like you guys.
they're awesome. They're awesome people, man. The Redzovics,
Yeah, they are. Yeah, for sure.
all of them.
Yeah, I like training out. They just move. Are they moving academies? They moving to a bigger suite.
They're
on
moving their Michigan Avenue, their loop
Right.
location.
to
Yeah, I
a big
haven't been
big
able
location.
to
It's gonna be a lot bigger.
train
They got a whole
over there.
floor. Or
I'm
something
assuming,
like that.
I'm assuming that they're bumping
Yeah.
up in space.
Yeah, it's opening soon. I think
They just
this
opened
week.
a roll academy over in Orland that's like right down the street from the UFC gym that I work
Yeah,
at.
we've had Thomas on the show.
Oh, okay, yeah,
and Mitch
I
Bolin.
I seen him and Mitch on your guys' page, but they're literally like a hop skip away from my work.
Yeah. Do you ever roll in there?
I haven't gotten the chance to.
It's a nice academy.
Yeah, I love Compridos.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, that's my therapy. Like I love everyone there. You know, Comprido's a man of like few words though.
Mm-hmm.
Like he hasn't said much to me, but I just love everything about all of
How long have you been there for?
It'll be a year, November 9th.
Okay. I mean, there is that definite like original like feeling out process that the coach has to do. Like, okay, let me see like if this person's serious about staying, if they start showing up, I want to see how they interact with my other students. You know, and there's like a couple of little checklist things that a coach needs to see before
Absolutely,
they start
yeah.
going like, okay, I'm going to dedicate some time to this person, or I'm going to start showing, special attention or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Comprido stuff though. You've been there a year.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like I said, November 9th will be a year. But like I have the utmost respect for Comprido. Like when I started at Fatima's and then I moved to Randori, that's when I started learning more about like the lineage of Braza and like who Comprido was. And like it's kind of weird, but like I admired the guy. I was like, man, he came from like Brazil and started this whole thing. Like I was listening to his podcast and he was saying how he had the opportunity to go to Texas, and I was like, well, thank God that didn't work because like I love my team, you know.
Right.
And thank God he went to Chicago, and then we had like Braza training, and I'm like, he's a cool dude, but he has that stern look that makes you think like otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
But once
Yeah,
I
he
signed
was
up
actually,
over there,
like-
he was pretty chill.
Yeah, because before he came in to do the podcast, we're like, how's this going to go? You know, Comprido's kind of like a hard ass, and, but like he was super nice, like,
Yes.
and hung out for like a half an hour after shooting the shit.
Yeah, really cool guy.
He told us something interesting, and maybe like everybody knows this except for me, but Helio Gracie was like a big fan of Rolls Royces.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and
that's some expensive ass taste.
right. And that's how they got the name.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Holes and Hoist.
And Hoist.
Oh, yeah, snap.
Holes and Hoist.
I did not know that.
Yeah, either did I.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Okay, good.
Wow, you
Yeah.
learn something new every day.
Right.
Thanks, man.
That's what
pretty
Comprido told us
snazzy.
off air,
That's what
right?
he told us,
He was
yeah.
like, Helio was obsessed with Rolls Royces.
Yeah. Oh,
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's
Holes,
how they got their
Hoist.
name.
That's
they
a
were
really
named after a car,
expensive
dude.
that's awesome.
That's pretty
That's
gangster.
awesome.
It is.
It is. Yeah, gotta give it to the guy. You know, I learned the other day was this has nothing to do with jiu-jitsu at all, but I do listen to Kings of Leon.
Love
I'm a
Kings
fan.
of Leon.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
They're
awesome.
good, yeah.
Thank you. And
So
I mean,
you're
I
like
listen to
looking for
any-
acceptance there. You're
But
like,
see, I listen to
Nickelback.
anything, so
right. Well, I usually put it on in the gym, you know, during open mat at Lombard, and Omar likes to make fun of me for because
Yeah, I don't know if I want to roll the Kings of Leon though.
I do.
Sex
it doesn't
on
bother
fire.
me. Yeah,
hey,
come
it's
on, man.
no,
right?
that's fine because at the women's open mat, I put on The Weekend, and like the first song to come on was like "Earn It," and they're like, "Dania, what the hell?" I'm like, "Listen, I
You
roll to
gotta earn it."
anything, okay? You got to, yeah, exactly. You got to earn it. You got to earn those points."
Hell no, dude. 90s hip hop is what you roll to.
Oh my
That's
God.
the
No, I
best.
can
All right.
respect that. I
Yeah.
respect. That's how we
All
did
right.
it at Clinton. It was either Eminem or 90s hip hop, and then eventually it just started being like, all right, well, we're just gonna start listening to the radio.
Yeah. The Maneco plays like Brazilian reggae, which is
Yes.
cool.
That's
I
what
like-
Junior
I like
does,
that
too.
Yeah.
Does he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Junior does the same thing. Then he'll start dancing onto the mat with it. and
Comprido
everything.
won't put anything.
It's
No
just
music?
dead silence.
Comprido's just
None.
dead silent.
Yeah, and like the thing is
That's hard.
That's tough.
All you
man.
hear is
It
people
is.
walking in the mall, and then like
Yeah.
the ding of the buzzer.
Yeah, I love rolling. Like at Randori, we would roll to music, and it would usually be my playlist. I'm a firm believer you should roll like to music.
Yeah.
I like it. It just like loosens
just
you up a
enhances the
little bit. You
experience,
know,
for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, it's a lot more relaxing.
I even like percussion, like drums, percussion. You know
Right.
that like gangster, like Japanese. You know, that's all. It's so cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Man, I just want to sit on the sidelines and listen to your playlist for one of these open
Yeah,
mats,
right.
man. Like,
you gotta send me some songs to put
Yeah,
on like my
yeah.
pre-comp
From
list.
Kings
you
of
know?
Leon to Japanese
Yeah.
percussion.
But dude, that's how my
Oh,
playlist
that's Kings
is.
of Leon
Like,
to J-pop, and
it could go from screamo to like Mexican music or Spanish music, and I don't know
Man,
what they're
dude.
saying, to like Arabian music. And
Oh,
I'm
but
just
getting
like-
back to Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
So I found out,
always circles back,
which,
man.
which made me kind of like question, like, oh, those guys are a little strange. I guess, like, you know, they ask for things when they come into town. Like, people have to get them. Like,
Yeah.
they have a list.
Yeah.
And I guess on the list is like hundreds and hundreds of pounds of kitty litter.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Kitty litter.
You're gonna have to elaborate on that
on their
one.
writer.
on their list of
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they
yeah,
have to bring.
that's what it's called.
Is that what it's called?
It's called
Yeah.
a writer.
Writer. Okay. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah.
Is like hundreds of pounds of kitty litter, and they come in these bins, and they have these bins all around the stage. And I guess their thing is that they don't use public washrooms.
Whoa, no! Shut the front door, dude.
Yeah.
That's
And they
disgusting.
use-
Kitty litter.
Kitty litter.
They go on tour and they just use kitty litter.
Yes.
You gotta be fucking with us.
No,
dude.
man. This
Dude,
is
I
what
want to
heard.
throw up. That's disgusting.
It's fucking
You know
That's
what?
disgusting. Like cat shit. I have a cat. A cat shit's disgusting. Like,
Yes.
who has that job to
Who
pick up
does
their
have
shit?
that job? That's what my thing is. Like, how
Now we're
much is that
asking-
motherfucker
Like-
getting
Now we're
paid?
asking the real questions.
Right.
Yeah, right. Like, who? Like, how much do they get paid?
Yes.
So,
that's
like-
fucking. So
Not
I'm like,
enough.
I
Not
love
enough.
Kings of Leon, but man,
That's
That's
really
That might be
weird.
that might be a
That's weird.
fucking myth, dude. I don't know.
I
They're
don't
not
know.
that goddamn
Is
weird.
it? I think it's from a pretty good source.
Okay.
So
I mean, one of those 80s fucking hair metal bands had a writer. I forget which it was. It Motley Crue or one of those bands where
fucking
they,
love
where they
Motley
had
Crue.
like
Yeah,
they had
right.
like
Yeah, I grew up pretty much with my mom because my mom's so young, so she would.
Your
fucking
mother's my
blast.
age, right?
Yeah, she'd
100%,
fucking blast Guns N' Roses, Poison,
Yeah.
all that. So like when she like
Skid
you-
Row.
Oh fuck yeah, Youth Gone Wild is my
Yes.
favorite song.
that's great.
yeah, but they would have like pyrotechnics or whatever, and in their writer, they would have saying like we want only green M&Ms. We want like a big ass bowl of only green
But
peanut
for real, the one
peanut
color
M&Ms.
tastes better. You gotta
Right?
have the blue ones.
No, they did it as a test because if someone fucked up and it wasn't all green M&Ms, it was just like a big bowl of M&Ms, they knew not to trust the stage setup and the pyrotechnics and stuff like that. Like if you're not willing to follow a detail like that, you're gonna
that's pretty fucking
something up.
intricate too.
Pretty
though.
smart. You
How
know?
many M&Ms are we talking? You have that one person paid
Right.
for like sitting there and sorting for a day. Be like, God damn, this fan.
It just means that you read their shit and you know
Yeah.
you're
How
How
That's true.
no matter how ridiculous it is, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true.
But the
Yeah,
cat
but
shit,
I could
but
totally,
the cat
I
shit,
could
couldn't
totally
deal
tell
with
you
that.
grew
Or
up on
cat
fucking
litter.
80s metal.
Right.
Because after your win at Fight to Win, that was like some fucking rock star celebration. You were like fucking tongue out with
yeah.
like the
It's
double
so funny,
fingers.
yeah.
It looked like
right.
something like the Undertaker would do in WWE. You know what
Funny.
I mean?
I don't know why. Like every time I win, even if it's like a bracket and it's like a tournament, like I always have my tongue out, and I'm just like always like fuck yeah, like I don't know.
It's super
It's
exciting.
fun, yeah. It's fun to celebrate.
Yeah, but I think I just go over the top with it. But whatever.
What's been your favorite win? Like, is there anyone like you were trying to win? Like you guys, because you guys fight the same people a lot.
Yeah, it was actually Taylor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Taylor Biaggi. Once again, have the utmost respect for Taylor. So leading up to Fight to Win, she had beaten me at Chicago Open when we were blue belts, and it was like so close. Like I didn't stay in position long enough to get the points, and she beat me by like 2 points or whatnot. And just from that day, like I seen red. I'm like, I have to beat her. I have to beat her.
Right.
Like same with this Mongolian chick that beat me at Chicago Open. I'm like, I need to go up against her again, and I need to beat her. But so it was Taylor Biaggi, and then like when Fight to Win came out, I was like, all right, throw my name in the hat. Let's see who they give me. And I'm like, why do I have a gut feeling they're gonna send me Taylor? And when Seth sent me that email, I was literally like fucking dancing in my mom's salon. I'm like, I got Biaggi. I got her. And like, she's fucking tough as nails. Like this girl has done so much, like, at blue belt and purple, worlds and pans. So I'm like, this is really going to be good because I know people are going to be like, oh, the underdog. She already lost to her, And then when I won, it was just fucking phenomenal. I was actually in school at the time for athletic training, and I was ditching class in order to go and train.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, I want this really fucking bad. So I was like ditching classes, going to the city and training, then going to Randori and train at night. Like I was training 2 to 3 times a day.
It was nonstop about the Taylor fight.
Yeah. I was like, I can't wait. I
Nonstop.
can't wait. I can't wait. And then
Either how awful the cut was or how excited she was for the fight.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
And then after that, I would say Nikki Sullivan, because they're like just 2 top girls.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it was really fun.
So
really
who's next
fun.
for you then? You don't know, huh?
I was thinking about Pans, Nogi Pans. That's at like the end of this month.
It's on
I
the
believe.
30th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pierre's
but I had-
going to that.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. all right.
But I had
He's
actually
not going to do
just
Fight to Win?
Yeah, he's doing it next day, right? So it's Pans, and he's coming back and doing Fight to Win.
Oh, so he competes. Yeah, because Pans will be multiple days.
Yeah.
And I say
Yeah.
because Fight to Win's Saturday.
Right. So Pans, he must be going on because I talked to him yesterday. He's like, yeah, I'm doing Fight to Win and Pans.
What a
Oh,
pimp.
gee.
Is he doing Fight to Win in the gi or no gi?
I don't know.
Because he's been training a lot of no gi lately for
'cause of
Pans.
Pans, right.
You're right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
which did he pick? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't think he cares. He
Yeah.
just likes to fight.
Yeah.
right.
That dude's tough.
He is.
Yeah.
Did you ever fight him?
No, I got a chance. I came down to Mineko's school. What, that was 8-9 months ago now? It was a while ago.
Wait, are you talking about when Mark Vivas was there
Yeah.
and teaching?
That was a while ago.
That was that wasn't a couple months ago.
That was
I
a while
said
ago.
like 8-9 months. Yeah.
Yeah, it was probably way before January.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It was
actually,
like
no.
before last year Masters Worlds because wasn't Mineko wasn't there because he was in Brazil doing like a
No,
a
that's
fight
right.
camp or
That's
something
right. He was
like
getting ready
that.
for Masters.
Yeah.
So it would have been.
That's
a little
another
over a
dude
year
who's
ago.
insanely good.
And then
Mineko.
I got a chance to roll with Kaio and
Yeah.
Pierre, because I don't think I ever got a chance to compete against Kaio before he got his brown belt, and then now he does Masters.
Yeah.
So now the Masters division at brown belts got a bunch of people, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle. Shout out to Kyle, man. He
Yeah.
took gold at the Chicago Open.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
There we go. Nice.
But yeah, fucking Pierre, he can hang with anybody, dude. And he walks around at
He's
like
so fucking
100
fast,
and,
dude.
130.
130,
If that.
if that. Yeah, nah, not even. Like 127.
He feels.
Jeez.
I mean, I can't. He's so fucking fast, so good.
Yeah.
He is really fast.
Because he walks at 127, but he has to weigh 127 in the gi, so he usually like
Oh,
cuts
little
to
cut.
23,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. He's
But
a
yeah,
beast.
dude, for a little guy, man, there's nobody that could beat him up. You know, like he's in it. Like he'll stay in it with anybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and he'll beat a lot of bigger guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was last August.
It was last August, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's good to see. Rolling with Pierre, it's like, okay, I can achieve that. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he's little, he's lighter than me, and it's like his technique is just on point.
Yeah.
and he just
That's
slices through
that's
you.
what I like about Andre too. Like I'm the same size as Andre. We're both lightweights, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whatever Mineko does, it's like I could eventually do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is no like a body type issue or anything.
Right,
You know, like
right.
I can learn things that he pulls off eventually, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah.
He had. Speaking of him, he was the one with that armbar at Fight to Win. That
Yeah,
ended up
he
making
won
the
like
highlights.
the
helicopter
sponsorship or
armbar.
something like
Yeah,
that too.
that was sick.
From
Yeah,
Muscle Farm.
$5,000 of Muscle Farm product or something.
3,000.
$3,000. Yeah.
We got all that shit at the gym.
It was funny because I was actually like, when I had taken like a break from that McDojo
Yeah.
before I went to Randori, I was like looking at all these schools, and Eric Boliega,
Yeah.
we actually came from that McDojo. Yeah.
Oh,
Eric-
really?
Eric came from there
Eric
too?
Boliega, yeah.
wow.
So he went to Andre Mineko's, and I'm like looking at like Andre's, I'm looking at Randori, and it honestly just came down to like distance,
Right
like
side,
where,
right.
which academy I could get to closer. But yeah, he had just nothing but good things to say about Andre, and I mean, I seen it for myself because
Right.
dude kills it.
Yeah, he just won.
Just won
Gold.
Worlds for
Yeah,
the third
yeah.
time.
No one scored a point on him.
Oh, nobody scored on him even.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Him and Mark, dude, they're
Yeah,
they're
savages.
savages, dude.
They are.
Yeah.
I've never seen them. Well, I've seen them fight, but I've never seen like in gym roll because I've never come to 10 a.m. class.
Yeah.
When Mark comes,
Right.
I like to.
I've never seen them both. I've seen them both training.
Yeah.
They've never both been there when I've like been at Mark's or I've been
Yeah.
at because I only went to Mineko's the one time.
You got to come by, man.
Well, I was out in Michigan for the longest time, so now
So
I've
now
only been
you're
out
here,
here
right?
3 weeks.
Oh, you only been out here 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So you're gonna be
So-
training mostly at downtown Carlson?
Yeah. I live right out by CFT, Rudy Jimenez's school, out on 63rd.
Okay.
Chicago fight team. So I live out there. So like Wednesday nights, I'll go out there if I have to teach or have a client right beforehand, and then most of the days I try and make noon class down at Carlson Gracie HQ.
Okay.
But it's just if I have any clients, it's an hour drive pretty much. If I get stuck in any traffic, so it's kind of like I have to plan like 4 hours for one training session, pretty much. An hour drive there, 2 hours of training, an hour drive back.
Right.
Yeah.
So it takes up a good chunk of the
Comprido's
day.
is about like 45 for me
Yeah.
on like a good day.
Yeah.
He's in
Bloomingdale.
Bloomingdale.
Stratford Square
Yeah,
Mall,
Stratford
right?
Square
Yeah.
Mall. Yep.
Yeah.
Now you want to see someone roll and it's like scary, that dude, because he's like so big.
Dude,
Like he just annihilates it.
he was talking about he was talking to someone next to me. I don't know if he was trying to like get the hint across to me to not ask him to roll or what, but he's like, yeah, no, I just don't roll with half these people just because I'll hurt them.
Yeah, because he does. He's so like
He's like
so
gonna be
big.
unintentional. Like the
Comprido
dude's-
means I think long too in
Yeah.
Portuguese or
the
something
dude's
like that. The
so
dude's
big,
super
so strong,
tall.
and it's not like he moves super fast. He's not gonna hurt you because he's jumping into something. He's gonna hurt you because the dude only knows like
Smash.
the right way to do things, and it's
Yeah.
smashing you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I've rolled with Adam Resdovic, and it was like rolling with against water. Like the guy, he's so
Mm-hmm.
big, but yeah, he rolled like
Yeah, it's
he
like
just
Jeff-
moved me around. I
it's like
couldn't
Jeff
even.
Serafin, dude.
Yeah,
And Marcelo Kropkin,
Yeah.
one of the black belts
Yeah.
over at Comprido's too. Like I love rolling with him because he's super long and like twice my size, but that dude just so smooth. And then
Smooth.
like he just like picks up on everything so fast to where like he'll tell me like, oh okay, hey, do this instead, and you did this exactly this way, do it this way.
yeah.
Jeff Serafin threw me off one of the first
Yeah.
times I rolled with him. Like he's
Yup.
he's not the smallest dude in the world. Like he's not big by any means, like
No.
fat or anything. But
Right.
I was not expecting this from him. Like I was rolling with him
To
and-
be super flexible.
Yeah, he let me get the
Yeah.
X guard, and I was like, man, I got this, dude.
Yeah.
I stretch him out. He does the splits.
Full
Yes,
splits.
Full splits. And then he
yeah.
sits there and he's just looking at me. I was like,
Just chilling. Just
I was like,
chilling.
I don't
yeah.
even know what to do now,
That's-
man. Like
that's-
I'm so caught off guard.
That's my whole role with Jeff.
Yeah.
Where he just looks at me and goes, "All right, now what, boss?"
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like straight up,
He's just
locked
waiting
up
for you.
arm bar. He'll just give it to you. Now what?
Yeah.
You gonna finish this or?
He's like, what
You
are we
know.
doing
What's
here?
going on?
He's funny, man.
Yeah, he's a good roll, dude.
Yeah, there's still
And
a
then
lot of good rolls.
yeah, and then he'll give you tips afterwards and stuff.
Yeah, I used to do a bunch of back when I first came out to Chicago, like the first few times ever. I used to come out here and do personals with him before I ever trained with Junior.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'd come out here, I'd stay for like a week to 2 weeks, and I'd just train at his gym. So I know like Sergey and Ilya and Brandon and all those guys. And man, their whole gym, like, super nice, and they have some of like the toughest masters you'll ever find.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I did not.
Their
like,
Friday night, like I think it's at like 7 or something or 6.
Their open mat.
Dope, man.
5:30.
Good luck trying to find space on there. They're like, there's so many people, and they're just all super tough.
Dude,
Yeah.
They're
And you're like drenched in like
Drenched.
sweat. I'm just like, holy hell.
I think he's still a purple belt. They have Sergey.
Yeah.
Sergey Abu.
Yeah.
And, that's not his full last name. I don't know how to say that one.
I know who you're talking about.
But,
yeah.
dude, that guy throws me off because like I'll go to roll with him. I'm like, oh, Masters, okay. Don't go 100%. So strong. If you're not going 100%, he's gonna mop the floor with you.
Yeah.
Right.
He's so strong. You let him get in side control, you
Yeah, you're getting out.
lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I wonder. Paul and I were asking. I wonder tonight what he has. If it's because he switches gi and no gi. Every week is different over there.
Yeah,
for
maybe
open
it's
mats.
no-gi since
I saw him make a
Japan's-
post earlier today. I don't remember what he said.
Oh,
though.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because man, I gotta get some no gi.
You got to get some no-gi in
Well, I do. We now have no gi at 6:00 at Maneko's on Wednesdays,
on Wednesday.
and then I think Friday nights.
Right. But Pia, he's training for Pan, so he's been just rolling no-gi every night. And
That makes sense.
Yeah, so have I.
yeah.
And man, I noticed myself because I'll just take the gi top off and just roll with my gi pants.
Yeah.
And Pia do the same thing, and I'll notice I'll grab.
I'll grip
Yeah.
Pia. I know.
I'm like,
I know.
stop gripping his pants. But sometimes I just gotta stop him
Isn't
from
that
like
weird?
trying to pass me. I'm like, I just gotta grab.
Right.
But he won't.
He won't.
grip.
No, he won't
And
grip.
he's like, he's been gi since like day one.
I know,
you know,
man.
it's
He's
weird,
that
isn't
good,
it? And
dude.
we're like grabbing fucking pants and shit.
I know. Break that habit.
I know.
Do you have any trouble going from gi to no gi?
No, not really.
No.
Actually.
Do you do better in no gi?
For the most part, yeah.
Winning wise.
Oh, winning wise, no gi. Yeah, if you
You win
include
more
like the
in
super.
no-gi.
No,
I
in
win
gi.
more in gi.
Oh, you win more in
yeah,
gi.
if you
Okay.
include like the super fights and all
Okay.
that, because they've all been gi.
Okay.
But I don't have a problem transitioning from no gi. I mean, I have an amazing training partner, Jessica Buckman. She just recently won gi worlds at lightweight. Yeah,
Adult
she
blue.
is no joke. So
Adult blue?
Yep.
yeah,
She's,
adult blue.
What, 17, 18?
18. Yeah. And so I get like amazing rolls with her, whether it's in the gi or no gi. Same with like Ramsey's Bulgarian. So I don't have a hard transition at all because I have phenomenal training
Yeah.
partners over there.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's important to have good training partners.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. We got a lot of good guys.
Yeah.
I really, Skinny, I didn't get to talk to him. You talked to him a lot.
Yeah,
in
yeah. I went
Vegas.
out with them in Vegas.
How
He's
was
a
that, Paul?
fucking awesome dude. He's a trip. He's hilarious.
Do you know, maybe?
I know
if you-
Skinny.
You know
I was
Skinny?
his, so at the first grappling games to ever come to Chicago, he was the ref and I was the table worker.
I don't even know his real name.
I was about to ask you what
Yeah,
his name was.
I don't know
Yeah.
either. That's so
Yeah, I
funny.
just- oh, you gotta introduce
I'm
him
like
as
waiting
Skinny.
for you to like drop a bomb on me right now.
Right.
Like, oh, it's so and so. No, I just know him as Skinny.
Yeah.
Ray Smith.
You heard it here first.
Right?
But no, he seems really cool, man. And I just, what you were telling me about him and Kyle, how he busts Kyle's balls.
Yeah, I did.
Jeez, how much shit does Kyle get?
Oh,
man.
it's
gotta get a lot.
He doesn't get a lot of skinny busts everyone's balls, but you know, yeah, I don't think I could repeat what he
No,
said.
but
yeah.
we'll tell you off air. It's
Right.
fucking hilarious. It is so fucking funny.
Or you just say it now and cut it off.
So so basically, like I already talked to him. I'm like, dude, next time you're in Chicago, come on the podcast. Blah blah. He's
Yeah.
like, all right, man, all right, cool, man. You know, he's got like a raspy voice.
Yeah.
But he's the most unassuming
As fuck.
badass jiu-jitsu guy
Oh, yeah.
I've ever seen. Like,
He looks like a bag of bones.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
world champ
like,
at brown belt.
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Damn.
I would love to get a roll in with him just to see, that he's got to be like Pierre, that pressure and that speed, technique. Man, I just like rolling with like as much high level people I can roll with. I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got to stop by at Comprido's, man.
Yeah, we will.
Really
We're
do.
cool with Comprido now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna go snowboarding with him.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm gonna teach him a little bit of snowboarding.
There you
You
go.
got to teach me. I've never been snowboarding.
No,
Oh, really?
Nope, never.
It's a lot of fun. How about you, Al?
Like once or twice, and it didn't end well.
Didn't start well and didn't end well.
It started well for like
Did
the
it?
first 20, 25 feet. I was like, man, this is awesome. And then I tried to like turn the board sideways.
Yeah, don't
and
do
just,
that. Yeah.
Just the rest of the way down the hill. And I mean, I didn't stop till I hit the bottom.
It's usually I tell people it's like, what are you comfortable on, your heel or your toe? And that's where you start. Don't try to go back and forth. So either you're going to go down sideways on your heels or you're going to go toe side. So
I tried
don't
both.
try to like
Yeah.
mix and match. Let's first get you to break and learn how to stop, and then you can start playing.
The stopping part was the hard part for me.
Yeah.
If I just tried to go straight line or down
Don't
the hill,
go
yeah, I
straight
got
line,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
But-
But you go too fast.
You go too fast. You gotta go. You gotta be on
Yeah.
one or the other.
Right.
And then you get to the bottom of the hill and you're worrying like, well, there's a lodge right there. And I can't hit that. And I really rather
Right.
just hit snow than a wooden railing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it resulted in me like doing some front flips in the snow that didn't.
Yeah.
They hurt.
Yeah, they do.
So
Yeah, that's
like,
no-
I don't think snowboarding
In Michigan,
for me.
you went.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of like small hills up in Michigan, and then if you go up north, there's some
Boynton
bigger ones.
Highlands, I go to.
I went to one. What was it called? Like, it was some real small hill. It was like Apple Hill or something like that.
Okay.
It wasn't like they have Cannonsburg and all that still, but those were too big of hills for me.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I was just learning at the time, so I went to a place where like you rent it and you get on the hill for free all day for like $50.
Right.
Yeah.
So when
So
did you
it's
start
decent, cheap.
snowboarding?
Not too long ago, maybe about 6 years ago, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Dope.
I love it. I
Yeah.
fucking love it. I wish I started a lot younger.
Yeah.
Right. What everybody
That's
says
something I
about
always
jiu-jitsu.
wanted to learn is snowboarding and surfing.
Fuck
Yeah,
Yeah.
snowboarding. Well, we do a trip every year. This year we're gonna do Denver.
And they're taking
Right?
Comprido. So.
Yeah,
We're
something
taking-
Yeah, right. Just have it be a Comprido field
So-
trip for the entire.
So,
academy.
but Paul and I we go pretty big. We don't mess around. I mean,
All
we do
right.
like
go hard or go home, right?
we go like
I would choose to go
out of
home at that
bounds.
point.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we go like out of bounds, and,
Backcountry.
like, backcountry, and then we're going down like we're literally like on the face of a mountain, just
Yeah.
straight down.
I have like a backpack with like water and food and shit, like because
Yeah.
we're not gonna like see cabins or people for like
Yeah.
hours.
the
yeah.
hours. We go deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun, man.
Yeah,
It's
I
a lot
choose
of
to
fun.
go
I want
home
like
option.
I want like fucking untouched powder. Like I'm the
That's his whole
only
thing.
person
Yeah.
who's fucking ridden this today.
And we have to go far for that. Like we're like
Oh, I
up
believe
and
it.
Oh, yeah,
around,
yeah.
and we're like, and the boss like, oh, there it is down there. No one's touched. I'm like, all right, dude, let's go.
Renting a helicopter for the day.
right.
It's crazy, but it's nothing like it, man. Like I'm excited. Denver. I haven't been to Denver in a few years. So Beaver Creek is like 12,000, a little over 11,000 feet up, and when you're at the top, it's just dead silence, like just deadening. Like you can't hear anything, and it's just so peaceful. I mean, obviously you're a little bit out of breath, because of the altitude,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
in Denver, as opposed to in Utah, it's a little different. But Denver, man, that's just, and then you're just cruising and you just got the music going. Oh man, it's so great. I can't.
Sounds
Surfing though, I
relaxing.
want to surf so fucking bad, but I can't do it, man.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
just
surf
way
either.
too afraid of sharks.
I'm afraid of
The
the
sharks is
sharks.
what get you?
Way too afraid, dude. I would
Not
not.
only
I
the
wouldn't
sharks,
enjoy
though.
myself out there, man. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
you'd be
they're
too
sitting there
paranoid.
waiting for a fucking wave, sitting on
Yeah.
their board, and their legs are just dangling in the water. I'd be freaking
Oh, I'd be sitting
out,
like
dude.
Indian style on the board. I
I'd be
wouldn't
freaking
I would
out.
be dangling my feet.
But it always freaks me out when people say like the what's it, undertide, like taking
Oh,
you
the
out.
undertow?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't want to get sucked
No,
out
but
to like.
dude, that stuff's super easy to deal with too.
Is
like
it?
everybody like struggles, and you're not supposed to swim straight against it. You swim sideways. It's like
Okay.
a lane. So like
Right.
what happens is the undertow is like a lane pulling you out.
Yeah.
If you try and swim against it, you're swimming against the current.
Right.
You swim sideways, so you swim out of it. Yeah, you're gonna go out some, but you're gonna swim and hit the outside of it. Then you can swim in.
Wait, so did you surf before?
No, I swam.
Okay.
And I took a bunch of lifeguard courses.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that.
Gotcha,
I swam for
gotcha.
13 years before I did jujitsu.
So it pulls you out. So
Yeah.
you're way the. Did you even notice that you're getting pulled out, or does it pull you under?
You'll
How's
notice,
it work?
You'll notice, especially like if you buy shore. So like when kids get pulled out into it, it's in like 2-3 foot of water. It's when the
Really?
wave comes in and it comes back out, and
I
you'll
see.
feel that pull when you feel the wave come back
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it feels like.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
But you're in deeper water and it's pulling you out.
Right.
Yeah,
and
you
your
just
whole
feel
body's getting pulled.
You
Yeah.
just feel that current. Yeah,
Yeah, it's scary, man. And that salt.
it's not
I
as
can't-
bad as
can't deal
people
with that
like
salt.
chalk it up to be, as long as you know what to do.
I mean, I know how to swim. I'm confident. I could just jump in a lake. No, but
Yeah,
I just.
it's people who
ocean.
aren't
Yeah.
strong swimmers and don't feel confident that like those are the ones you need to worry about with it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a strong swimmer, it's all right. Now swim back into shore.
Yeah, but a strong swimmer against a shark. I don't think.
Oh, no.
I think I'd lose
I
that
wouldn't have a
battle.
shark in there.
Yeah,
Anyways, we're
you're
just
kinda
talking
screwed.
undertow right now. You had a
Right.
shark and I'm out.
At a shark, you're like,
I mean, I know the odds are like, it's like
Yeah, but I
getting
see
hit
some
by
of those
lightning.
YouTube videos.
Fuck that, though.
you see those
It
YouTube
just
like when
takes
they're
one.
flying over with the drone,
Yeah.
and they're like people like just there, and there's
yeah.
like this 12-foot shark there, like
Yeah.
The one
right
I don't
there.
trust is the
Fuck
people who are
out.
like, no, man, just punch the shark in the nose. I'm like,
Fuck
you
that.
fucking
Right,
punch the
right.
shark in the nose.
Those guys are assholes.
Yeah, but like I'm not punching a
Right.
shark in the fucking nose.
Right.
I'm gonna walk away and hope he doesn't want to eat me.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? Not get in the ocean.
I can't do, yeah, I can't do it.
Plain and simple.
Right.
Yeah, so you're on your own on that one, Dania. Go
I
you
think
and
I'll-
Minetko. You and
I think
Minetko.
I think I'll just snowboard for right now. Then.
Yes, nobody. You don't have to worry
Jeez.
about anything.
I know.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Wolves, not a big deal.
Nah.
No. Deer, maybe you see a deer every now and then.
Yeah.
The wolves, I mean, you'd probably
I
outrun
mean, the
them going
wolves, I'd
downhill.
probably be like, "Oh, wait, there's a wolf. Let me go follow one." I love wolves. That's my favorite animal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, favorite animal.
Favorite.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do
Impressive.
you have like wolf T-shirts and stuff?
No, not
no tattoos?
That weird.
Can you
No.
get tattoos or no?
No, you can't. You have to return your body the way you had received it.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
So you're gonna have to wash that dye out of the hair before you
Yeah, totally. Right.
get rid of your dye before you die,
Yeah.
kind of thing. I
So
gotcha.
you're naturally just brown hair?
Yeah, like super light brown hair.
Super
like,
light
It's
brown?
funny, yeah, because so I started like dyeing it too because a lot of people would like start talking to me in Polish, and I'm like,
What?
Whoa! I'm like, I'm not Polish, and they're like, but you look Polish. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't mean I am Polish because like where I live in the suburbs is like highly populated Polish people.
Okay.
So I just have a bunch of them talking to me, and I'm like, no. So I was like, you know what? I need to look more like Arabian, and started doing like darker hair and
That's
whatnot.
cool.
So.
Is your last name AJ?
No, actually.
your last
So it's funny that you guys bring that up. It's actually Obeid, Obeid. However, I don't like that last name because of the encounter that I had with my father growing up, and he's actually part of the reason why I got into jiu-jitsu too, and like MMA or not MMA, but like mixed training. So pretty much like my entire life, my dad was never there. He was incarcerated when I was like in second grade. And I was just like an angry child, like all the time. And then even in my high school like years, I was like super angry. The whole entire like community knew of him and what he did. And like people would just judge me for that. So, oh, why are you going to school when you're just going to end up like your dad in jail? Like horrible
really?
comments. Yeah.
Wow.
So I needed something to like kind of like let out some stress, like some therapy, and that's when I got into
Martial arts.
Martial arts. Yeah. So
What happened with
AJ
your dad? Like, what was the deal?
So my dad, he was part of like this whole like drug ordeal, and he was like an illegal alien. He was doing some like messed up stuff, and he pretty much got caught and was incarcerated for like 15 years. Wow. So I literally am just starting my relationship with my dad since like 2015. So not that long. And
so
I'm kind of
you are like trying to
like
have some type of relationship with him now?
yeah. Before like the time is up because he is older.
Oh, he's older than
He's
your
like
mother?
he's like 55 or something, and it's not really like a relationship where it's like we tell each other everything.
Yeah.
Like it's still kind of like a arm's distance. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like we still go out and like when we talk, it's like I'm trying to like pull words, like pull teeth from him.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
AJ,
really?
yeah.
Like, is he? I mean, whose idea is it to like?
It's usually me. Like I'm usually
really?
trying like to initiate it. Like, hey, let's go out. He still doesn't know what I do. He still keeps calling it like karate and taekwondo.
Oh,
and I'm
really?
like, dude, how many times have I like invited you to a tournament or talk to you about jujitsu?
I was at your fundraiser for Worlds last year.
Yeah, he was at the fundraiser for Worlds, but like had no idea like what
Yeah.
was going on.
Yeah,
and then also too, there's like a language barrier. But you would think like someone who spent in jail like for 15 years would like pick up on the language, but he didn't. So, but I'm being like
Where's he from?
patient. He's from Palestine.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to be patient with him, make a better relationship or whatnot. But AJ is actually my mom's last name cut together. So it's Abdel Jalil. So I just took like the first letter of Abdel and then the first letter of Jalil.
So they're not together anymore? your parents?
No, they're not. They're actually both like remarried and like doing their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So trying to juggle those two.
Right. Well, that's nice. You've given second and third chances. I mean, really tells
Yeah.
like what kind of person you are, you know?
Yeah, I'm just.
You're not just like, fuck that guy, you know?
No.
Good for you.
Life
That's like a
is-
mature
Only
move,
when I mess up.
you know?
Yeah.
Right.
See how she gets
Life
at
is,
you.
yeah,
Right.
life is,
Careful,
life is
man.
too
Toe
short.
that line.
Yeah, you're right.
It's too short to be holding grudges. That's
Yeah.
for sure. So,
For sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if it wasn't for that whole ordeal happening with him, like I probably like wouldn't have gotten into jiu-jitsu and like taekwondo and all
Right.
that. So everything happens for a reason, right?
Silver line to everything.
Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming on the podcast. Where can people find
Yeah.
you?
You guys could find me at Comprido BJJ over in Bloomingdale, or the UFC gym in Orland or Oak Lawn.
And they can schedule like training with you
Yeah.
through the gym's website.
Yeah. Not through the gym's website, but like, message me on Instagram or Facebook, and, wherever they want to train, they'll
What's
find
your
me over there.
Instagram?
DAJ
Sweet.
Yeah.
Alex, where can people find you?
Same place.
Same place.
Except
With
Carlson
her.
Gracie.
Right
Except
next
Carlson
to
Gracie
Dania.
HQ.
Wherever Dania is, you can find him.
Well, I work at the same
Right.
gym as her out in UFC gym, Oak Lawn. I
Sweet.
teach her jiu-jitsu out there, and then do all my training down at Carlson Gracie HQ down in Milwaukee. And then, yeah. It's
No
pretty much-
sponsors?
Oh yeah.
Fuji.
So
Thanks to her.
Fuji, yeah. Fuji, Liao Optics.
How are their sunglasses?
They are bomb here. I actually
you
have
have those?
some. They're
I've never
they're
had
super
one
dope.
in studio.
Oh, they got like the black
Yeah.
belt
I got
thing
the other,
on the inside.
the sport type
Yeah.
ones out in actually.
Shout
not
out
in my
to
car.
Lionel Turner.
good.
Yeah.
He's the best.
What do you think?
Lionel hooks it
Super
up.
dope.
Yeah.
Dude, we
Super
got we
dope.
to hit them up
Dude,
for a
these look-
sponsorship,
these look-
man.
They're super light.
They're
I
super
like
light.
it. No, I like
Let's
the
see.
the lens on them though.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
Monkey
Cool.
Tape too. Got a
You
sponsorship
got to
with
hit them up.
as well.
Are they exclusively only sponsoring Grappling Central podcast?
Is that how it is?
I don't know.
How they look? They look good on me?
Yeah,
They look
pretty
good.
good.
They have different colors too, and like different
They're light.
styles.
You saying
yeah.
how
much are
doesn't look
those?
good on him?
Oh, geez, those I think are like 80 or something.
$80.
like that.
What were they made out of? Bamboo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bamboo.
They're dope.
They're really
He does
lightweight.
that
I had
So-
actually a pair stolen from me
And they're-
recently.
What?
I
He
was,
does
I
that so
literally
when you
like
go
almost
surfing,
freaking
they'll float.
cried.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, so if they fall in water, they'll float.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
yeah, super.
So when
super
you do
light.
do all your surfing stuff,
Yeah,
you can
right,
attack
right.
those sharks.
Yeah.
Yep, and they
At least
come in like a
I'll
cool,
look
like,
cool when I'm
bamboo
getting
case.
eaten.
Exactly. At least your glasses will float.
Right.
Yeah. They'll
Yeah.
know where to get the body at.
Right, yeah.
Somewhere around this area, he went under.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, guys. Well, Donnie, you made it. You
Thank
finally
you,
were on
man.
the podcast.
Finally,
Yeah,
right?
right.
I was super
She'd be
excited.
like hitting Paul up. When am I going on for a second one? I got something coming up.
Yeah, totally. Like, hey, dude, I was so excited. I canceled like all my clients just to be on here. I was like, sorry, we can't train. I got a podcast.
That's the level of enthusiasm we're looking for.
That's right.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Yours is it's going to come out this Tuesday, day after Labor Day. Right?
Oh, it
Labor
is?
Day's
Okay,
in-
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're probably going
Labor
to
Day's
have to cut out some things.
We're not cutting out anything. This has been great.
The juiciest one yet. Right?
All right, guys. Well, thanks,
Thanks,
again.
guys.
For
We'll
sure.
see you. Bye.
But
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. For more information about Grappler Union Podcast, you could visit us at our website at grapplerunion.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Grappler Union. Please like us on Facebook. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes. And all of our episodes are available on our YouTube channel. Say what?
Be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to all that shit. You got to do another take, right? This episode of the Grappler Union Podcast is brought to you by BJJTs. Go to bjjts.com, enter the promo code Grappler Union, and save 10% off all your jiu-jitsu apparel. Go to bjjts.com today.